Meyer. Packer cows and bulls sold steady. 3 to 400 pound steers $390, $410. 3 to 400 pound heifers $324, $347. 4 to 500 pound steers $330, $390. 4 to 500 pound heifers $275, $324. 5 to 600 pound steers $288, $330. 5 to 600 pound heifers $249, $275. 6 700 pound steers $271, $288. 6 700 pound heifers $232, $249. 7 800 pound steers $222, $271. 7 800 pound heifers $201, $232. Packer cows $123, $138. Canner and cutter cows $115, $120. Packer bulls $147, $160. Feeder bulls $130, $140. Top half the cow calf pairs $2,000 to $2,300 per pair. Top half the bred cows $1,575 to $1,800 per head. Now remember, this is the top of the market, and prices range down from this according to quality, quantity, condition, and feel. We do appreciate the business. Keep praying for rain. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
When Governor Lujan Grisham attacked the Second Amendment, only one Republican in this election wouldn't immediately support impeaching her: Governor Lovin' Steve McCutcheon, Lujan Grisham's hand-picked senator. She punched his ticket to Santa Fe. Then McCutcheon was undecided on her unlawful gun grab. The real conservative? Larry Scott. Larry Scott stands up to the governor, an engineer in the oil and gas industry. He protects our way of life. Conservative Larry Scott for Senate, paid for by Our Values PAC.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Contact New Mexico and Texas Allstate agent Todd Hyden today. 806-792-3044. That's 806-792-3044.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Dear Plugged In, you in on this? Toyota's versatile SUVs roll up their sleeves and take on tough jobs. Dress up for a night out, or haul your family and friends with their spacious interiors. And they're available with some real sweet tech. Want a hybrid SUV? Oh yeah, they got those too. All with a slew of standard features so you won't break the bank. Get the juice at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Candy Spence Ezell. I've been involved in agriculture my whole life. I own our cattle ranch with my husband, and I still own family farms with my brothers down by Artesia. My dad was a farmer, his dad was a farmer. Agriculture and livestock is in my blood, and that's who I am. I have a lifetime's worth of experience and knowledge on the issues facing farmers and ranchers in New Mexico. I'm running for the state Senate because I want to fight for our rights and our needs. I will protect our water in New Mexico, and especially here in the Southeast. I will make sure that water rights from our basins are not bought up by developers and pumped to Albuquerque and Santa Fe. As your senator, I will protect our water. I'm Candy Spence Ezell, asking for your vote in the upcoming Republican primary on June the 4th.
Paid for by Candy Spence Ezell for State Senate, District 32.
Southeast New Mexico weather
Hi, good morning. The forecast for southeast New Mexico down to 285 is Roswell at 94 degrees, and we'll give the same numbers to Carlsbad and Artesia, but the southwesterly and westerly wind, occasionally breezy. Hobbs and Lovington at 88 degrees this afternoon. We'll go to 90 degrees tomorrow, 95 degrees for Carlsbad, and 94 degrees in Roswell. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
You guys ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
What day is it today?
Today is National Honesty Day.
Honesty is important.
Honesty is best.
Honesty is the best policy.
Nope. All honesty is brutal.
Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
The truth? You want the truth?
You can't handle the truth.
Thanks for your honesty.
National Honesty Day.
Happy National Honesty Day.
It's showtime.
877-396-W105. We're asking for your brutal honesty this morning. I would love to hear from you. 877-396-W105. Give us a buzz this morning. Give us a text this morning. Morning show this morning. By the way, we're broadcasting from the End of the Mountain God studio. Text line 877-396-W105 being brought to you by Amigo Machinery and your Kubota dealer, amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day is being brought to you by Napa dealer, your Lovington Auto Supply, more than just a parts store. Give us your brutal honesty today. I would love to hear from you. 877-396-W105. Tom A. is in the studio,
Morning.
I think.
I found out what my little blister is.
Are you really going to go there?
Yeah.
It's a damn blister.
Well, I showed it to Mandy yesterday, and she said it was a wart.
God.
How'd I get rid of it?
Magic potion.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I got a sore throat. I can barely breathe this morning, and I woke up like this morning in the Philippines. It's been so hot here, and your little blister and your little genital wart is causing you issues.
Well, that is a medical concern.
Now, Kevin, you know that earlier when you and I were talking before off the air, we had a little bit of broadcast problems with we're back.
We're back.
But we have atmospheric conditions going on, so it's a little staticky out there for everyone.
So a wart is a medical emergency.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to.
You should never have a man card. You should never have a man card. I want you to look at the screen right now.
Okay.
Look at the screen. I want you to look at it.
Let Blake.
That's
Hold on.
a damn medical emergency. Right there. That is a medical emergency.
That's your dang fault. You cut your fingers off, dude.
And you get a wart, and oh my God, I got to hear about it for 2 damn days. A wart.
That's what it was.
Thank God it wasn't somewhere else, or he would be trying to show that on camera.
Yeah, thank God for the little things. So my voice, I'm praying to God it holds out. And before anybody says it, if you see me drinking from a mug, I could not find one of the insulated mugs to keep my tea hot.
Right.
So I grabbed my wife's.
Oh, cool. Show us. Oh, it's so cute.
It's got a rainbow on it.
I
It's
guess.
pink, and it says, treat people right. No, treat people with kindness.
I would take that advice.
I agree with the statement on there.
You ain't gonna
Treat people with. Oh, Tom says he would take that advice. I tried taking the advice, but stupidity reigns supreme.
People wanted to know. People have inquiring minds.
There you go.
All right, so brutal truth.
What kind of tea is it?
Yeah, what kind of
Black tea.
Okay.
Black tea. With some sugar.
There you go.
Brutal honesty today. Tom, you ready for a brutal honesty?
What is it?
You're not ready?
I think you're already giving him some this morning.
Can you actually talk in the mic so I can hear you?
I'm right on top of it.
Pull it to your face. There you go.
I'm right on top of it. Right.
You can adjust the tightness to make it stay there.
I know.
Because if I can't hear you, nobody else can hear you. All I hear is.
Well, we got static right now.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Well, not on the stream. Loud and clear.
Yeah,
I can hear everything.
Yeah, I can't turn his mic up anymore, or the little red lights will be flashing everywhere the whole time.
Well, if he just talks into it, it'd be
right
awesome.
I'm swallowing it. What else you want?
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
Better. It's better.
Adopt a shelter pet day going on today. Bugs Bunny Day, Day of Child, International Jazz Day, Bubble Tea Day, Honesty Day, Military Brats Day, National Potato, Mr. Potato Head Day, Oatmeal Cookie Day. Get some bran, and Raisin Day going on today, and Spank Out Day.
What?
Spank Out. That's what it says. I don't know if it's like a fantasy or how to raise your kids. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, tweet of the day. We're going to do a flashback to Ronald Reagan. I'll get to that coming up this morning. 6:12, we're beyond the Breakfast Club. Check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. Residential services, they do construction when it comes to metal buildings, industrial and commercial metal buildings. They can take care of your siding, your metal roofs, your single roofs. They take care of all your seamless gutters, doors, and windows. So if your electricity bill has been quite high, it could be all your electricity, all your energy is going right out the window. Outdated windows, the seal is wore out, you can't fix it yourself. Give these guys a call. They'll replace all the windows, get your doors where the seal is working. Get in touch with them. Seminole Siding and Construction.com, or call them 575-391-1430. Great service. I know a lot of people have done business with them, and they all have great things to say about them. Seminole Siding and Construction.com, 575-391-1430. 90 for the high today, sunny skies, winds less than 15 miles an hour, 59 tonight, and then a 10% chance of rain. Those thunder showers could come after 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And sunny back on Thursday, 88 for the high. Quick check of the weather this morning being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill and Barbecue. Find them in Artesia. 811 West Main in Artesia, 575-736-2573. If you want to call in advance, you want to pick up your order, want to pick up meals for everybody working in the office or on location, not a problem. They're serving breakfast right now. They can do that. They can do it also for lunch. Get in there for the same great menus you always have found at Roadrunner Grill, and now they have barbecue. New location, 811 West Main in Artesia. Check them out today. Tom in the text.
Hey, good morning, guys. Says this text. Tom is going to be honest, or is he going to lie like always? Typical demo crap, says the texter. Okay.
Which one is it,
Tom? I'm honest as Abe was. Abe Lincoln. And Tom needs to retire from the morning show, says this one texter. He's just not going to do it, and I'm concerned for his health, says another texter.
I've heard that more and more as of late.
Concerned for my health?
No, that you should retire from the morning show.
Well, I am retired.
No, they're talking about retiring you.
Oh. Okay. And then there's another text. I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to say. Probably something nasty.
Where, Tom?
About a monkey.
Oh, it's the first Spank Out Day.
Yeah. So, and another question.
Monkey butt?
Well, they wondered if it included the monkey.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a bunch of static radio comments, and we already said that ain't our fault. So,
well, part of it, Russ is out at the transmitter right now trying to track down any problems because both B107 and W105 were having the same problems.
Yeah, and that with the electricity was probably out, and now it's back, but atmospheric conditions.
So hopefully as the
this
sun
time
comes
of the
up,
year, it's brutal.
Yeah, and the sun is on the way up, so hopefully that'll burn off pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it makes people feel better saying, not our problem. Hey, not my problem. Not
Well,
my job.
you want it brutally honest today, and that's what it is.
Yeah, not our problem.
We're doing everything we can, but this just points out, too, if you go to W105radio.com, you can download the app.
Or go to Facebook, go to YouTube, Twitter, wherever you want.
You can hear us there.
But you can download that app and play it on your computer, your phone, your tablet, wherever.
And B, you may know the answer to this one. How's Will doing? This texter is asking us this morning.
I've corresponded with Will on the phone. He says he's doing better. Just waiting to get some stuff fixed so he can get that transplant.
Yes.
So, last thing I heard.
Keep praying.
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard. Yeah. Talk
And this one last texter says, Tom, you are awesome. Thank you very much.
In which capacity? Because we like him we will send him over to your house. Or your office. Well, I think he would be a great accountant in your office.
Hey, how come you didn't say says the texter on that one?
I don't know where it came from.
Well, I know when you do that, normally you say says the texter.
Says the texter.
Oh, thanks, texter.
Yes.
So go ahead and change your name, texter, so we can know.
Right.
Yeah, please send in your name so we can fix that. Biden administration denying that there is a secret internal plot to get rid of the White House press secretary, Carrie Jean-Pierre.
Really?
And we believe them because getting rid of her would mean that it would be a smart decision. And we know historically you guys have not made smart decisions. Carrie Jean-Pierre.
Well, and they like her.
She isn't qualified for many other jobs. She could not be a Walmart greeter.
No, she's not.
Because she'd have to read out of a notepad.
She is not qualified for the job she has. And that's one of the reasons they really like her.
Well, and what they're doing, I don't know if anybody has noticed this, they have diverted a lot of questions to Jake Sullivan and, the other guy, I can't think of his name. But anyway, they have diverted a lot of stuff to those two. And they appear every day just like she appears to try to circumvent
real questions.
Yeah, exactly. And I got a deal today where she just walked off. So
that's not the first time.
No. OnlyFans creator and TikTok star was claimed that she was paid to spread propaganda, political propaganda, as part of the Biden administration. I posted that up. I actually played it yesterday. I posted up the video on Be on the Breakfast Club, but I played the clip yesterday. She was paid by the Biden administration to send out political propaganda against Trump.
Yes.
And by the way, she's now on OnlyFans, so it's not the only thing she's spreading. Propaganda is not the only thing she's spreading.
Unless that's what she calls it.
Yeah. Lily Allen is getting some backlash after revealing that she has put herself in a first class in her daughter and economy when they flew to London. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea who Lily Allen is.
I don't know who she is either. And who cares if she's in first class and puts her daughter in economy?
And the other thing is, how old's her daughter?
Like
a
teenager?
If her daughter is 15, yeah, okay. I deserve to be in first class. The brat doesn't.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not like you're across town. You're in a tube in the sky. There's nowhere for anyone to go.
Right.
Nobody's going anywhere. And by the way, first class gets off first. She'll be waiting when the airplane lands. UK has tallied up some numbers so far. Invading Ukraine has cost Russia 10,000 armored vehicles, 3,000 tanks, 23 ships, 109 planes, and 450,000 soldiers, according to Ukraine. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I believe anything the Ukrainians put out.
No, it's kind of like Hamas.
Yeah.
I don't believe their numbers.
It's definitely like Hamas. And by the way, Hamas has come to New Mexico. Pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas protesters took over the Student Union building at UNM yesterday.
What do you want to bet if you follow the money that comes back to the Democrat Party?
And now Columbia protesters are breaking in the campus buildings. They've got hammers. They are busting
Crazy,
buildings open, taking over buildings, sieging the buildings.
And then blockading them.
Yeah, and then blockading so nobody can get in.
And
now
multiple
they
universities.
want they want amnesty when it comes to
Criminal prosecution.
holding them
Criminal prosecution
for their actions.
Criminal prosecution.
Yeah, they don't want to be prosecuted. Now, who could forgive them? The university? No, I don't think that.
I think
once
it would
you
have
commit
to be
that crime,
the attorney general for whatever area that falls under.
Yeah, thank God we got at least one smart governor, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, early yesterday said the anti-Israeli protest at Virginia colleges and universities violated the policy of the institution and have been endangering the public. And he said, my number one goal is to protect Virginians across the Commonwealth. And so he issued a warning, and he said they will disperse one way or another.
Bring in the water cannons.
Yeah, 17 people arrested in University of Utah. Utah.
Right.
So this goes to show that these aren't just spontaneous. They are being organized from behind, just like Black Lives Matter, riots, all those things.
And, a lot of people that were part of Black Lives Matters and Antifa, they changed the costume. And on Twitter today, there is a lot of back channel meetings that have been recorded, and a lot of these kids don't even know anything. They couldn't find Gaza on the damn map.
No, they're young and they want to protest, and here's a reason to do it.
They want to burn stuff, they want to break stuff, and they think it's a great idea. Yeah. Supreme Court of New Mexico hearing an argument in a case over Albuquerque public school teachers' racial comment. On Monday, the New Mexico Supreme Court heard oral arguments on a discrimination lawsuit. This case happened in 2018, by the way. How many years is that, Tom?
That is 14, 24, 6.
Is that a combination? What were you just...
I was trying to figure out where he was going here. That's some Common Core right there, brother. Johnson versus Board of Education. Students sued the public school district after the teacher called a Navajo student with fake blood on her face a bloody Indian as she came to school for Halloween in a Halloween costume. And she, native with blood on their face, called her a bloody Indian.
Well, didn't she ask it as a question? Wasn't she, what are you, a bloody Indian? Wasn't it something like that?
Yeah. I think she was like, what are you today, a bloody Indian? And so she is now, Rosie DeSantiago stood before the Supreme Court justice to argue on behalf of the Albuquerque Public Schools. In this case, they say it's not about whether the actions of the teacher were wrong. They were, in fact, wrong. There is no question about that. The Albuquerque Public School took immediate action to address that. Before the court today is a question of whether or not New Mexico, any New Mexico human rights acts will apply to this case. So somebody is looking to get paid, and they probably, in this state, probably will get paid. So if you got blood on your face and you're native, and somebody says, are you a bloody Indian?
You're getting paid.
Yeah, you're going to get paid. You're no doubt about it, you're going to get paid.
So if I was Native American, every Halloween I would go to school with blood on my face.
I would wait for somebody to say something. And by the way, for Halloween this year, I'm going with some salt on top of my head. I'm going to be a cracker. Go ahead, ask me. I will sue you.
Well, no, you can't because you're white.
Oh.
It's okay to be racist towards you.
Oh, wow. Is that the way that works?
I thought you said you were going to become a margarita or something.
What?
I thought you were going to say you were going as a margarita. Salt on your head.
Cracker. Cracker.
Okay, Tom, the man who doesn't drink immediately with salt on your head goes to the thought of margarita.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'll take a margarita.
Cargo.
Here you go.
Cargo check at the southern New Mexico border turns up 100 pounds of drugs. Largeburg, port of entry, they found a commercial motor vehicle. This happened on Sunday. 12 identical boxes. Warrant was used. Officials found 803 pounds of marijuana and 73.5 pounds of cocaine.
That's why
coming
they
into
seized
the
it.
state.
That's why they seized it.
Yeah.
Well, the governor's really upset when the
73.5.
feds grab her pot.
Yeah, she doesn't want to grab them. Now, the coke, that could be for a special Biden, maybe Hunter's coming over.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows? Okay. Thoughts and prayers. 4 law enforcement officers serving a warrant killed, 4 wounded in a shootout in North Carolina.
In Charlotte.
It says another felon in possession of a firearm. See, if law enforcement, they got to go make these warrants. They got to go put forth these warrants. If lawmakers are very concerned about guns, they would make sure that they keep them out of the hands of felons.
Correct.
Not law-abiding citizens.
Correct.
So, Tom, how does a felon get a gun in America today?
I guess they can get it from anywhere they want. Another criminal, maybe.
Maybe.
It's easily accessible, rather.
Could you go buy one right now, Tom? Like not at a shop, but just illegally. Could you just go buy one? How long do you think it would take?
2 seconds.
Well, longer than that. Realistically, how long would it take you to get one?
I could probably find a firearm.
30 minutes?
On Facebook Marketplace and buy it within 3 hours.
Yeah. Won't take long.
Is what I'm thinking. And how do you stop that? How do you stop it?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
I don't know either. I have no idea. All right, 628 morning show this morning being brought to you by Main Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales, 575-622-1751. MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Fifth wheels, travel trailers, ultralights. They've got new and pre-owned models. Go to the website and check out every one of those models. You can take the virtual tour. These folks have been around and doing business for close to 70 years. People keep coming back because they offer great pricing, always fair on their pricing, and great service after the sale. And really good people. Don't go camping without Main Trailer Sales, MainTrailerSalesInc.com. Arizona rancher George Allen Kelly will not be, he's been released. He will not be retrialed.
Good. He shouldn't. He shouldn't be.
Yes. He should not be. They, by the way, there was one person that was the holdout. Though everybody else on that jury said not guilty. There was one juror, one lone holdout who wanted to convict.
Tell us who that juror was.
It doesn't say.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, does it? No, it does not. Maybe they'll come forward. But there was one holdout that wanted to find him guilty. Everybody else said not guilty. They came on his property, and the wife swears to God that there were individuals with guns. Could they have gotten away? After he opened fire, before police arrived?
Sure.
You have to realize that this ranch is out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
It's not like in the middle of a town. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Big Spring man charged after assaulting a victim, and the victim died.
Oh, my goodness.
Big Spring police say a man has died from injuries he sustained after being assaulted. Officials say back on April 18th, Big Spring police officers sent to the DK convenience store. That's located right there on Gregg Street, if you've ever been to Big Spring. And talking about a assault victim identified as 41-year-old Kelly Lee Smith. He informs police officer 20-year-old Trevor Wilford had assaulted him with a blunt object. Medical personnel called to the convenience store. He refused treatment. Officers responded to the home of where the assault happened and arrested Wilford. Also had outstanding warrants for cruelty to animals. Later that day, officers dispatched to Scenic Mountain Medical Center. Smith was there getting treatment. He was transported to UMC in Lubbock and later died.
Man.
Died. So this guy could be charged with manslaughter or second-degree murder in this case.
Wow.
By the way, ongoing investigation. I'm sure more is coming. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. Wakefield Oil, serving southeast New Mexico. 40 years in business. Boom or bust, they are there for you. Deliver oil and gas products in the patch. DEF value, unleaded, diesel, interstate batteries. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is your fingers have fingertips, but your toes don't have toe tips. Yet you can tiptoe, but not with your fingertips. Just thought I'd throw that out there. My thought for the day. Martin Heinrich could be in trouble. We'll get to that story in just a second. 6:33, be on the Breakfast Club. Tweet of the day up next.
An oil hauler, formerly Will Hader, says, "Don't listen to them, Tom. The show would not be the same without you. You're the reason that we stay entertained." Thank you very much. Says
so honesty, blunt honesty.
Yeah. And a bunch of others that say we're off the air, and we apologize for that.
And staticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of it's atmospheric, and, like I said, Russ is at the transmitter trying to track some of that down. If you can, listen on the app, listen on any of our streaming services.
And B, we do have
crystal clear there.
A fresh text says, Fox News reported that there is a company offering protesters for hire, and that they did use this company for the current protest. I will find you the link and then website for that company. Yeah,
please do. I'm sure more bricks are coming soon.
Yeah, pallets will just
pallets of bricks.
Yeah.
They'll be here soon.
Last time for Black Lives Matter, they tracked a lot of those companies back to George Soros-owned companies.
Yeah. George Soros' son. I don't know if you've ever seen him. He looks like the devil.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yep. Dating Anthony Weiner's ex, Hillary Clinton's longtime assistant.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Boy, nothing goes that far away from that evilness, for sure.
No, that's a cabal of evil.
Yep. 6:35, Martin Heinrich slapped with ethics watchdog request over his campaign methods. The Foundation for Accountability and Civil Trust, better known as FACT. An ethics watchdog group has requested that Senate Select Committee on Ethics Investigations investigate Martin Heinrich.
They
FACT
should.
Is concerned centers around the allegations that Heinrich intertwined official legislative action with campaign fundraising efforts. In a detailed letter, FACT's Executive Director Kendra Arnold pointed out the committee chairman that Senator Coons and James Lankford that Heinrich's campaign emails may have violated the Senate's ethics rules. These emails reportedly invited recipients to co-sponsor legislation by making donations to his campaign, suggesting the donations amount would be $10 to $1,000. That would be a violation of the ethics rules by Martin Heinrich. I'm sure he'll get a slap on the hand and pull a fire alarm, and all will be good. Looks like Lujan Gresham's PED proposed school lunch changes. Blake, did you read this story about school lunch changes?
I read part of it. Yeah.
They're very concerned about the quality and consumption of these meals. Like this is the first time that after Michelle Obama ruined the lunch industry,
right,
for all kids,
right,
yeah. Now you're concerned kids are not consuming the food.
Well, it because they're giving them crap on their plate. It's all junk food. You know, they count like macaroni and cheese as a vegetable.
Oh, wow. They're talking about additionally, schools are expected to offer 3 items weekly from a local farm, ranch, or food business.
That would be awesome. Why not 5 days a week? You know,
I would embrace that idea.
Yeah.
Give the kids what they want, because they're not going to eat the healthy meals that Michelle Obama wanted. Serve them pizza, serve them hamburgers. It should be more like a setting where they have hamburgers already made, they have pizza already made, and you have your regular school menu.
Sure.
And sooner or later, you're going to figure out kids aren't eating this.
Right.
Eliminate it.
Well, look at some of the other countries do for their school lunches. Like if you look at Italy and you look at some of the things they do, you look at their school lunch and you're like, that's an Italian restaurant meal.
Right.
Stuff, huh?
You know, and they have however many millions of kids that they do every day.
So give the kids what they want so they actually eat. Because I've seen some of the meals. I'm going to be honest. When my kids were at Dexter, they had homemade tortillas.
See, that's awesome.
They had homemade tortillas. And
if you give kids good-looking food that they want, they will eat it. You know?
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, it's...
Blake, I did tell you about that young lady that was killed in San Antonio that worked with Will in Lubbock. Her name was Amy O, DJ Amy O in Lubbock.
Right.
And she was a passenger, so a man was driving a motorcycle that killed her, and while she was riding as a passenger. 48-year-old Steve Nero now has been charged with intoxication manslaughter. So police say he was drunk at the Fiesta event, and Amy Lee was a passenger on the motorcycle. Nero told police that they were on US 90 when a red truck sideswiped the motorcycle. Investigators report that his BAC was .016. Tox screens show he had cocaine in the system and fentanyl in his system at the time of the crash. He remains in jail in Barrett County, $150,000 bond. Fentanyl and cocaine.
My goodness.
Wow.
And drunk.
And drunk on top of all that. New York versus Trump. Criminal trial, third week as former president accused of violating gag orders. By the way, I would, me personally, I would violate the gag orders. I would take this as far as I could.
Yes.
He's been charged with falsifying business records.
Okay.
So,
but there's so much of this, and the reason that this case has never come forward before is because it's so long ago that people's memories falter over time.
Sure they do. No doubt. To me all the time.
No doubt. But now Cohen wants to get out of jail.
Yes.
So he's going to turn on Donald Trump.
Well,
and by the way, it's not Donald Trump's records; it's Cohen's records.
Correct. That's what I was getting ready to say. He's he's not necessarily turning on Trump. He's just making up a story to try to get out of jail for lying to Congress in the first place.
He wants to get out. I get that. He wants to get out. All right, we got a drive-by shooting suspect. We'll get to that in Roswell. We'll talk about that. Our number 877-396-W105. Driving on 128 this morning. Exit on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles. Fill her up. Open to the public. Twin Wells Fuel Station. A couple weeks ago, they had some problems with their card reader. They apologized for that. Harsh environment in New Mexico, cold winters, and very hot summers wreaked havoc on their card reader, and they apologized for that. But look, they're back open 24/7, 7 days a week, accepting WEX cards, major debit cards, and credit cards. They want you to be safe on the road. Exit 128, go down on Buck Jackson Road and fill her up at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Tom on the text.
All right, this text is saying, Kevin, doesn't the English people always use the word bloody, like when they wanted to curse or say something like, I don't like something, for example, like bloody Tom?
Yeah, bloody. Yeah, bloody, yes.
That's the text.
No, yep, that's slang.
That's slang, okay. And the reason that Biden and his fellow Democrats, this text is saying, are doing anything about anti-Semitism in our colleges is because they don't want to lose votes in Michigan and Minnesota and other states.
Well, that's partially true, yes. They don't want to lose that. But I think there's a bigger picture here that we get caught up a lot of times in seeing what's right in front of us, the small picture, and we ignore the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin and I were talking off the air earlier, and I suggested this, that if you have millions of people invading your southern border, how do you take attention away from that?
Oh, we produce another event.
Okay, and if you have an event that started at a single school and immediately ramped up to almost all major universities and many major cities, is that just spontaneous or is that organized?
That's organized. And let me just say this. I will never trust anybody that has a face covering. I'm not trusting you. If you cannot show your face, number one, you're a coward to me.
Right.
You're a coward. I want to see your face. I want to look you in the eye.
That's what train robbers did back in the day. They covered their face.
And as far as the wrapping that you put on your head, you don't even know the history of that. You have no idea what it's about.
No.
You guys are a bunch of sheep just following along.
Yep.
That's all you're about.
Useful idiots.
You sane people are you climate change idiots that jump on that bandwagon too. All right, tweet of the day. We got to get to the tweet of the day being brought to you by King Driving Academy. You can find them 1430 West Bender in Hobbs. 4-week driving school. 4 weeks. They do 2 weeks of theory, 2 weeks of on-the-road training. And their guy, their trainer, is a state-certified instructor. No computer, no books. Everything is hands-on. And they right now mention being the Breakfast Club, save $500 off enrollment. 575-441-7835 or 1430 West Bender and Hobbs, proud sponsor of the tweet of the day. Flashback to Ronald Reagan on how he was dealing with the misfits on campus.
To negotiate many times.
Negotiate? What is to negotiate? What is...
Well, it was university is a public institution.
That's right.
Important institution.
But the university...
Its own community and for the community of Berkeley that live around it.
All of it began the first time some of you who know better and are old enough to know better let young people think that they had the right to choose the laws they would obey as long as they were doing it in the name of social protest.
Amen, Ronald Reagan. God bless you so much. Jerry Seinfeld. I didn't get to this cut yesterday, but I want to get to it today. Jerry Seinfeld talking about TV is gone. Comedy TV is gone.
We just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it?
this is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. When you write a script and it goes into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, that's the end of your comedy.
Yeah, I will never do a morning show when I have to pass my information on to somebody before. Just not going to do it. That's when it becomes not fun anymore. Not going to do it. UCLA student denied access into the school. Wait, he has paid his tuition. I can't wait for the lawsuits to come out. I think this is going to be awesome. I really do.
But we'll never hear about it.
Close the entrance. We are UCLA students. I have my ID right here. I'm being blocked off, not by the security guard, but by you two. You three. Oh, look, they're making their burger while I'm going this way. Excuse me. This is what they do. Everybody, look at this. Look at this. I'm a UCLA student. I deserve to go here. We pay tuition. This is our school. And they're not letting me walk in. My class is over there. I want to use that entrance. Well, I can't take it. Will you let me go in? This could be over in a second. Just let me and my friends go in to class.
We're not engaging.
Then you can move. Will you move?
We're not engaging.
Okay, we're going. We're going. I'm going in. I have my hands up. I'm not hurting them.
By the way, the minute he starts walking in, more people start blocking the way. And I don't know if you saw the video of the Jewish guy that was on campus holding a sign, and this woman comes up in the head wrap and a mask, and she beat the hell out of him. And then other people start joining in. I'm just going to be honest. The moment you start beating on me, I am going to return. I might get my ass whipped either way. Right. Number one, I'm going to protect myself. I'm not going to let you hit me.
Right.
And I'm going to return a blow for a blow. And that's the way you need to handle these little thugs.
Yes.
You still might whip me because it's like 18-1, but somebody's going to know that I was there. One. And I have never hit a woman in my life. But this is a totally different set of circumstances.
Well, again, these people are trying to start a fight.
No doubt. That's it.
If this explodes, and I mean, it's already exploded to campuses across the country. Don't get me wrong there. If it explodes further, and you can bring in those people who you have brought across the border illegally, who can support them as troops or fighting people or whatever.
Sure.
What happens at the end of the summer, going into the fall?
And I'm just going to say this. We do not need men that can't protect themselves.
Correct.
We have become a weak country. We need men that can protect themselves. Sooner or later, all this is going to come to an head. It is. One day, it's going to come to a head. And many of you are just going to bend over and do whatever when they say, get on the train car, you're going to get on that damn train car.
Right. Thank God we have a few governors who stand up to it.
Amen. Amen. Patriots went on the campus of UCLA. Blow for blow. You want to wreak havoc on the campus? Okay. We're going to go at 4 a.m. in the morning.
I saw that.
And wake you guys up. This is great.
This is not a time. This is rock and roll. Time to rock it from the Delta to the DMZ. Does that sound like an Elvis Presley movie?
Wake up, commies! Wake up! Wake up!
I love it. I love it. And, they shouldn't be doing it. The police should be dragging these people out.
I wish
we told you to leave. Get out of here.
I wish there were, at every one of those things, I wish there were 10 or so people who could rotate shifts and just keep that going. Just blast the noise and just make those kids sleep deprived. Now,
we do not need weak people. We do not. When they say you can't get through, you get through.
Correct.
And if they assault you, you have it on camera. You call the police. The police should be there because they hit you first.
But they won't be, because they're afraid in those cases to step in, or they're going to be held accountable, or accountable is not the right word, but they're going to be held in the opposite fashion.
Right.
For picking on these protesters. And we've made our law enforcement have a really tough job, right?
They do.
And they go out every day and they do the best they can. And in situations like this, we have so tied their hands on what they can do and what they can't do that if they show up without some kind of direct order to participate in stopping these people or moving them out, they can't really do anything except protect themselves.
But isn't that sad?
Yes.
When we allow people to assault other individuals.
Yes, it's very sad.
And they do nothing. They do nothing about it. That's sick.
Well, and most all of these law enforcement officers didn't sign up for this. They signed up to protect and serve.
I agree 100%.
And they are
100%.
their hands are tied behind their backs on what they can do in these mostly blue areas. And when they go to defend these kids that need defending against these mobs that have taken over at these schools, they aren't allowed to protect and serve.
Well, it looks like New York is actually talking about going in and cleaning up. Columbia University has said they don't want them back. They don't want the police officers back.
See?
Isn't that crazy?
That's what I'm saying. And
That's
yet
nuts.
their buildings are the ones that are getting destroyed and taken over.
Yeah. Well, then they'll burn it to the ground. Suspect in that drive-by shooting in Roswell claimed the life of a man last month has pled not guilty to several criminal counts. Electronic court records state that Martin Saltero III, 20 years old, opted to waive his right to appear. And New Mexico, 5th Judicial Court in Roswell on Monday, paperwork pled not guilty. He's been charged with first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, possession of a firearm by a felon. This guy had just got out. He's got an extensive criminal record, and he's only 20 years of age.
Wow.
By the way, the judge is going to keep him locked up.
Good.
Until his trial.
Thank you, Judge Kalunky.
Yeah, thank you so much that you did that. All right, 6:53, Tom on the text. I got a couple more stories coming out of Chaves County. 6:53, be on the Breakfast Club Morning Show, being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, homegrown and proud of it. Farm supplies, ranch supplies, Western wear, work gear. They've got all of that, plus a full-service hardware store and all the feed for your animals. And if you're looking for supplies for the farm or ranch, they've got you covered. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. Tom at 6:54.
John from Eunice says, good morning, guys. You know, that BS is exactly what the Democrats want. They want chaos and anarchy at every turn. Just like I said yesterday, they'll do whatever it takes so they can destroy America, says John this morning.
I agree.
And again, the guys, we're working on the nothing we can do about the atmospheric conditions. But if there's anything else, we'll let you know.
I would think shortly it'll start burning off.
Yeah, it'll start burning off. Hey, that woman beating the Jewish man, isn't that a hate crime?
I would think it is a hate crime. And you want to talk about a two-tier justice system.
Right.
There you go. There you go. How can you charge anybody else with assault? If you're not going to charge them, how can you charge anybody else? In a lawless society that we live in, it's lawless.
It is on those campuses right now. It is.
If I assault somebody, how can you charge me? You saw the video. You allowed it.
Well, and if you're a person that wants to assault someone, all you got to do is go cover your head and face in one of those kifas, and then you can assault anyone you want.
And by the way, when the bullets start flying because somebody's protecting themselves, I don't want to hear one word about gun violence because you did not do your job to protect individuals that paid money to go to school there.
Right.
Sad but true.
Hey, we got a
All right,
phone call for you if you
6:56,
want
Tom.
one.
All
Hey,
right, let's go.
All right. Good morning. You're on Be in the Breakfast Call. Be in the Breakfast Club. Where are you from and what's your name?
Hi. You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
I'm talking to you.
Hello? Hey. Hey, all right, compadre, what's happening? This is
God
Ray
bless.
from the sweet waters here in the oil field. Yes. Let's go with insurrection. All right. Who's the Democrats funding all this money to these dumb kids? We need to find out who it is and charge it for insurrection. This is reality.
I agree.
Yeah, they're trying to put this stuff on President Trump. Trump was the president January the 6th. He never called for insurrection. He called for a peaceful march, right? And the Democrats are changing everything around. How come the DA is not out there enforcing the law?
Well, you would think Alvin Bragg would be all over Columbia University for sure.
Proof.
I mean, you would think.
Where's the evidence?
Yeah, you got the video of people being assaulted and things being destroyed. You do nothing. You've got your head shoved so far up your rear about Donald Trump that you can't see anything. It's crazy. All right, 657, Chaves County Fire Department and the New Mexico State Police and the Sheriff's Office. Single vehicle happened on 2nd and River Road. Vehicle caught fire, causing a grass fire. Driver had a minor injury and reported. And, Tom, did you know that you can now identify as a seasoned?
Seasoned?
Yeah, like new gender, you can identify as a seasoned.
Like summer, fall, winter.
Yeah, Jesse Waters last night had a complete story on identifying as a seasoned.
I don't even know what to say.
One of my ex-wives is identifying as winter because she was very cold.
Icy, or is that what you're saying? Icy?
Yeah, icy. Just very icy. Very icy. Sorry. All right, 877-396-W105, 658. Tom on the text. We're coming back with Oklahoma Superintendent of Schools. He had a message for Democrats. He had a message for Joe Biden. We'll get to that next.
I saw an earlier text about my math, and this text was Dilo saying, what? Really? 14, 24, and 6? You remember you asked me how many years it was from a certain subject to 2024, and I said it was 8 years. But I had to go roundabout and do it.
Common Core math.
Yeah.
Yeah, Common Core.
At least I got it right, though, right, guys?
Sure.
There you go.
All right, Tom, here's a simple one.
90
divided by 2.
90 divided by 2 is 80.
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, wait,
Plus
no,
10.
he's already off.
90 divided by 2 plus 10.
90 divided by 2 is 80. Plus 10 is 45.
Sure.
90
Common Core math
divided
fails
by
again.
2 is how much?
80.
80?
80.
Plus 10?
Really?
Yeah, if you divide 90 by 2 in Common Core math, you get 80 instead of 45, which is the actual answer.
Wow.
And then if you add 10, you get what?
55.
Yeah, but if you're adding 10 to 80, what do you get?
10 to 80 is 90.
Okay, so
you're back to the same answer.
So that's Tom will be back to the same answer with Common Core math when the real answer is 55.
Wow, I'm blown away. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma
Superintendent of Schools had something to say to the Bidens. Here we go.
To be really clear, President Biden deciding to rewrite Title IX is one of the most radical and illegal moves we've ever seen from the federal government. It's an attack on our states. It's an attack on our families. And it's an attack on our young women and girls. We will not stand for this in Oklahoma. We are pursuing all actions to oppose this illegal and unconstitutional move by the Biden administration. We have already instructed our districts to not comply with this illegal rule change President Biden. We will not allow boys in the girls' restrooms. We will not put boys in girls' sports. As a coach and as a parent, I've watched young girls work to learn the lessons that come along with playing sports.
So Oklahoma is saying, no way, not going to happen. Thank you.
They're joining.
Thank you.
I think
so
they're joining
much.
Texas's lawsuit on that.
Wow. MSNBC. And Nancy Pelosi was on. and she had a little meltdown. Listen to
She
this.
doesn't like being
Joe
fact
Biden.
checked.
What's that?
She does not like it when she is fact checked.
Oh, yeah, they questioned her. She does not like to be questioned.
And Joe Biden is doing that, created 9 million jobs in his term in office. Donald Trump has the worst record of job loss of any president. So we just have to make sure people know.
That was a global pandemic.
He had the worst record of any president. We've had other concerns in our country. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump, that may be your role, but it ain't mine. And he has the worst.
Anybody can accuse that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, this is the MSNBC.
That's what I'm saying,
Are
right.
you kidding me? And let me ask
She was
another
shocked.
question. At the same time, she was Speaker of the House.
Right.
So if everything went to hell in a handbasket, wouldn't she get part of the blame?
She should.
Right.
I'm just asking.
Well, and that's the funny thing is, well, we had a pandemic. Well, that's no excuse. But at
Yeah,
the same
it's no
time,
excuse.
At the same time, Biden is taking credit for all these jobs that have been gained when they shut them all down to start
Yeah,
with.
people were going back to work. Crazy. MSNBC, Nicole Wallace, boy, she is saying that freedom of the press could be going away if Trump's elected.
I've seen that toast a bunch of times, but it landed very differently this year because depending on what happens in November, 7 months from right now, this time next year, I might not be sitting here. There might not be a White House Correspondents' Dinner or a free press. While our democracy doesn't exactly fall apart immediately without it, the real threat looms larger. A candidate with outward disdain, not just for a free press, but for all of our freedoms.
Oh, please. Donald Trump was president, and there was a free press. He just didn't do the Correspondents' Dinner because it's a bunch of hooey.
Right.
Well, and they just wanted a free dinner.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to do it. It cost the American taxpayers money, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Just not going to do it. Guess who didn't show up for her debate yesterday?
Kamala?
Fannie Willis up for re-election. Here's more on that.
Meet the candidates. Christian Y. Smith is an author and attorney. Fannie Willis has served as Fulton County District Attorney since 2021. Ms. Willis declined to participate in the debate and is represented by an empty podium.
Well, that's kind of like her brain.
Yeah, she's not showing up. All right, when we come back, Carrie Jean-Pierre, we'll talk about Carrie Jean-Pierre. She had some things she just walked off the stage. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking my notebook and I'm heading out, okay? If I can't have my way, I'm out of here. So we'll talk about Carrie Jean-Pierre. And she does talk about the border. We cannot do an executive action. Yeah, we've done executive actions for everything else, but we can't do it for this. And if you haven't heard the brand new, remember Because I Got High?
Yes, by
Afro
Afro
Man
Man.
has remade that called Hunter Got High. Now, I couldn't play the whole thing because it needed to be edited.
Oh, yes.
But it's funny. And I do have Fetterman. Fetterman talking about putting up pup tents. We'll get to all of that coming up in just a second. All right, quick check of the weather this morning. Our number 877-396-W105. Check of the weather being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway, 575-631-5099. That's Jamal's number. Call him. He's got the big summer banger coming up May 10th and 11th. TNT races on the 10th, on Friday the 10th. And then on the 11th, you got the Flashlight Cash Days. BJ, the flagman from New Orleans, is going to be there. His first trip to West Texas. and southeast New Mexico. He'll be working the flag. Daily driver, run with your brunget, small tire, True Street, tailgate, junior dragsters, and more. It's all going on Hobbs Airfield Speedway. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. 575-631-5099. Weather for the day, 90 and sunny. 59 tonight, and then 91 tomorrow. Maybe a chance of some rain. Tom, quickly with the text.
Oh, and Anthony from Roswell was saying, you can't read the honesty that I have on the air, says Anthony from Roswell. And still, guys, we're still working on that situation, and that's all I'm getting is a bunch of texts on that. And this one text says...
Wait. There is no situation to work on.
Right.
We cannot. It's atmospheric. We can't. It's Mother Nature.
Out of our hands.
Please listen online, on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever you want to go. But we can't work on it.
Right.
It's out of our hands. It's in God's hands. It's atmospheric.
And American Patriot says, Tom, tell them not to forget who the boss is today, says Patriot this morning.
Well, who is that?
Who's the boss?
Yeah, Tom, who is it?
Well, I'm not the boss.
Okay, well,
we know that.
Tom,
We'd
tell
be
them not to
bankrupt.
forget who the boss is.
And
Well, who is the boss?
He's not the boss. But
B, been the boss, and B don't want to be the boss.
Who's the boss,
There you
Tom?
go.
You're supposed to tell us not to forget who the boss is today. So who are we not supposed to forget who the boss is?
I guess they want to make me the boss, but I'm not the boss. So, Patriot, there you go.
All
And there you
right, thank you, Tom. We didn't do the price of oil, did we?
No, not yet.
Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cud Energy Services. Together, they are hiring. They have a program, service supervisor and training program. Must have a CDL to enter that program. Diesel mechanics are looking for electric technicians. Equipment operator must have a CDL. And they're looking for experienced pressure pump hands. Housing's available, great pay, great benefits, one of the best benefit packages in the industry. Apply today at greatoilfieldjobs.com or text Oilfield to 63566. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Tom?
West Texas Intermediate, $82.93, $88.48 for Brent crude. And the price of natural gas is up $2.07. B.
All right, we're going to get updated with news. We're going to qualify you for the cash. It's 708 KWMW, Malchamore, 105.1 FM. News being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. More information available at randallpettigrew.com. Running for his third term in office in District 61. He's your state representative in District 61. He's the guy that continues to represent Southeast New Mexico. He is a fighter. If you're in District 61, he needs your vote. He needs your vote. He needs your vote, and if you can, give to his campaign at the same place, randallpettigrew.com. If you want to find out more information, CPAC awarded him the A+ rating. He continues to battle for our way of life in Southeast New Mexico. We're different than the rest of the state. Go to the website, randallpettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randall Pettigrew. 709, taking a break. Let's qualify you for the cash. News coming up next.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo and Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and pack truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTV Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Interstate 40 reopening days after a train derailed and caught fire near the Arizona-New Mexico border. A BNSF train with cars carrying propane and gasoline derailed and caught fire Friday morning, prompting evacuations of nearby residents and a continued shutdown of eastbound I-40 at about 11:45 in the morning, New Mexico side of the Arizona-New Mexico state line. Of the roughly 10 train cars involved, 2 were transporting liquid petroleum, catching fire. The train's crew members not hurt. New Mexico State Police reported the train was transporting those hazardous materials, specifically propane and gasoline. Immediate evacuations were ordered for those within a 2-mile radius of the derailment. Usage fees for some sites within the Cibola National Forest will increase beginning in May. The U.S. Forest Service says rising maintenance costs necessitated the fee increases. Day use fees will increase from $3 to $5. Single-family campsites increasing to $10 per night. Equestrian campsites will increase to $12 per night. Other fees increasing will vary depending on amenities and site capacity. The fee increases go into effect on Monday, May 13th at sites at Mount Taylor and the Sandia Ranger District. Sites at Magdalena and Mountain Air Ranger districts will increase by September 8, as will sites at Rita Blanca National Grasslands. New Mexico ranks the 10th worst state in the nation concerning mental health, according to a study by Universal Drugstore. 19% of teenagers reported experiencing at least one depressive episode of the past year, according to UNM psychiatrist Dr. Christina Sauer, who attributes New Mexico's relatively high levels of poverty and childhood trauma as significant contributors. She says increased social media usage and the usual difficulties of adolescence are also issues. She suggests parents and guardians pay attention to signs of withdrawal, changes in school performance, and alterations in sleep, energy, or eating habits. That's what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
Come out Friday, May 3rd and Saturday, May 4th as the Smokey Bears Hometown Association, Smokey Bear Historical Park, and the Village of Capitan celebrate Smokey Bear's 80th birthday. Smokey Bear Days is a 2-day fun-filled event celebrating Capitan's bear that changed history. This event will have food trucks, vendors, a Rudy Wendland art exhibit, educational events, a climbing wall, drama class play, folk music festival, rock painting, bike rodeo, silent auction, and a parade down Smokey Bear Boulevard. They'll also have a tractor show and kids tractor race, Mescalero Family Time dancers, a cornhole tournament, and a firefighter challenge. Following the parade on May the 4th, there'll be a birthday cake celebration in honor of Smokey Bear. For more information, find them on the web at www.smokybeardaycapitannm.com or call 575-631-6964. This ad is paid for by the Village of Capitan Lodgers Tax.
Sierra Blanca Motors in beautiful Ruidoso has over 60 new 2023 and 24 Rams in stock. All makes, all models ready for a quick delivery. So they are blowing away the competition with lower discounts on these vehicles than any dealer in Southwest New Mexico, guaranteed. Their loss is your gain. Online at SierraBlancaMotors.com. Sierra Blanca Motors. They make it easy with no gimmicks, no markups, no addendums, and lower pricing. See dealer for details.
Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply has opened their 9th location at 5211 Buena Vista Drive in Carlsbad, New Mexico. iHose is a full-line supplier of pipes, valves, fittings, and emergency equipment for the oil and gas market. They offer 24/7 call coverage for all your emergency needs. They can support your next project or your small daily repairs. Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply. Go by the office today, 5211 Buena Vista Drive, and meet manager Carl Ford and his team. Call 575-286-0991. Industrial Hose and Oilfield Supply. Check them out today.
Hi, I'm Laura Boyd of Rio Grace Landscaping and Nursery in Lovington, and we are ready for Mother's Day. Take the guesswork out of gift giving this year by ordering a custom arranged planter pot for that special mom in your life, with choices like patio tree roses, hydrangea, peonies that classically bloom around Mother's Day each year, and many more varieties. Call us today at 575-396-7464 and stop by Crockett Road, just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway. Rio Grace, your Mother's Day destination.
You've imagined that perfect home, designed it in your mind. At Destiny Real Estate, it's dreams that we provide. We buy or sell residential, ranches, lots, and more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
If you're looking to rent, please join our website at www.destinyluxuryrental.com. I've got everything from a little 2-bedroom all the way up to a 10,000 square foot home with an indoor swimming pool. Again, that's destinyluxuryrental.com. And I'm needing some more homes. If you wanted to make a little extra income, just give me a call. Rhonda Burns, 575-257-3000. At Destiny Real Estate, our business is built on dreams and imagination. Telephone 575-257-3000.
Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more. Call Rhonda Burns at Destiny and let her tell you more.
I want to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
Thank you, Joe. President of the United States, yes. Red Lobster, they could be going bankrupt, but they're offering a lot of stuff. Here you go, Blake.
Red Lobster lovers. Just because we're on the brink of bankruptcy doesn't mean an end to those endless deals you know and love. So while we can no longer afford to offer shrimp, say hello to endless napkins. That's right. No matter what you order, for no extra charge, you're getting a napkin. Or 10.
What if I want 11?
Here you go.
And a water refill?
From the tap? Glug, glug, glug.
Wow. Can I get an extra straw, too?
Don't push it. Red Lobster, for that napkin lover in you.
I think that makes the difference at Red Lobster. No endless shrimp, but endless napkins. I think that will suffice.
But only one straw.
Yeah, 17 after the hour of 7, 17 after 7. I can't hear worth a darn. I'm sneezing, sore throat. I don't know what the heck's going on. It's global warming.
Yes.
Blake, do you believe in global warming?
Not as described by the far left. I do believe that there is climate change, but I believe that it's cyclical, as all things in nature are.
Been happening
for
dozens
Everything changes.
Eons.
So I had that discussion today with the wife's nephew, who has gone to college and now is the smartest kid in the world. I'm serious.
Right.
Can't pay back his debts, but he's the smartest kids in the world. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, well.
And B, we got a phone call. Good morning.
Let's go to the phone
you
call,
are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, Larry Marker. Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling down here in Roswell. I got a poster from over there in Hobbs sent me an article from a newspaper over there, and I'm calling to rebut that article, and I'm going to ask the newspaper if they'll print a retraction because it's a total fabrication of truth.
Okay. Well,
do tell.
Yes, please do.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me get on speaker here. You guys hear me okay?
We're good.
Yeah, go.
I got you.
Hey, the paper actually put in an article saying that the referendum effort was dead because of a decision that the New Mexico Supreme Court had made on a case that New Mexico Turnaround had filed.
Yes.
There's nothing in that article factual. Very little of it's factual. I can't say nothing's factual. New Mexico Turnaround did file a cause of action 6 weeks after the cause of action that I filed. All that did was allow the New Mexico Supreme Court to hold my case or our case in abeyance until they decided that case. That case that was actually brought up before ours, even though I had filed ours first. All it did was allow the Supreme Court to spend 3 or 4 months to delay action on the real cause of action, which was on the 6 bills that we have up for referendum. The referendum effort is not dead. The Supreme Court made this decision that article's talking about 2 weeks ago, but it was only on 2 of the voting bills. It wasn't on all 6 bills. It did not kill the project. New Mexico Turnaround has absolutely nothing to do with the referendum project, other than I fully believe that they were trying to stick a fork in the entire project. As you can tell, I'm a little upset this morning because we've got thousands of people all over the state of New Mexico have worked their tails off and exhausted every resource they could possibly find to try to get these laws on the ballot. And we've had nothing but resistance from the established Republican caucus, nothing but resistance from the state of New Mexico. It's a deprivation of the citizens of New Mexico's constitutional right to take part in the legislative process. And I guarantee you this is not the end of this. Now, last week, the New Mexico Supreme Court...
Didn't the New Mexico Supreme Court not even hear arguments on this? Didn't they just do it?
They didn't even hear arguments on this, and then a week later, they got my case, the real case that was actually argued properly, pled properly, and instead of making the decision on it, because I had filed a motion for superintending control to take this case for the Supreme Court the New Mexico Supreme Court to decide, instead of deciding that case, they cowardly turned it back to the district courts. So we're now having to file motions to get this back into the district courts to bring it up. It's called a notice of excuse me a second, I'm a little upset. I'm fired up this morning, as a matter of fact, but I'm not cursing or anything, and that's good.
That's a good thing. I got my finger, Larry. I know you. I got my finger by the button.
And guys, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you letting me on this morning, because there's a lot of people this morning that are very, very disappointed.
Now,
you would not believe the number of people that have worked their tails off on this thing.
Right.
I admire these people.
Now,
it's phenomenal.
I want to point out that article actually was written by Susan Dunlap from New Mexico Political Report. So that's where that came from.
Can I write an article rebutting that?
Yes, send it in.
Okay, I'll have that there. I don't know if it's going to be there today.
No, that's fine.
I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff.
But this is where I wear both hats and say, send it to me and I'll do it as an editorial.
Okay, I appreciate it. But what I need to finish telling you, the case that I filed with the Supreme Court, that the New Mexico turnaround case ended up getting decided first, was actually on all 6 bills. The New Mexico Supreme Court knew that I was going to hand them their tail in that case. So instead of deciding that case, they sent it back to the district courts, and we're having to refile those cases or ask the courts to bring those cases back on the docket. But by the time we get that done, we will be timed out. I mean, stuttering this morning, I'm so mad.
Right.
That the time allowed will be expired.
Okay.
So that will effectively make that part of the referendum project a moot point, but we're still gathering signatures up to the very minute, because if these are not on the ballot after all this work that we've done and all the resistance that the New Mexico courts and the New Mexico turnaround and the Republican caucus, and we don't even have to worry about fighting the Democrats because we're so busy fighting ourselves. And if anybody wants to rebut anything I'm saying, they can actually call my phone. Easy. I'll talk to anybody about this. I'll lay the facts out. Bottom line is, the referendum project is not dead. That newspaper article is a total misrepresentation of fact. And I'm not going to let this thing die, considering how hard people have worked on this project all over the state. I appreciate you guys letting me talk this morning.
Hey, Larry,
I know
this
I'm
is Kevin.
And I'm all over the place.
Hey, Larry,
yes,
this is Kevin. I have told multiple people, Larry Marker might not fit the bill as somebody that will go to Santa Fe in a suit every day. But he's a guy that will go and work hard to protect our rights. Our rights.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
I am sick and tired of Republicans killing Republicans. We work very hard to kill other Republicans. And then it's time to defeat the Democrats, and we don't have any steam left.
There's nothing left. You're right. You're right.
So
you're exactly right.
Our stamina, we only have so much stamina, and the stamina's gone. So, Larry, send that in to Blake. He'll take care of you, brother.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks,
All
Larry.
right, bro. All right, 725. New survey finds that 33% of Gen Z adults receive an allowance from their parents. And much like the president, these Gen Z adults still get their diapers changed. I would be embarrassed to take money from my mother and father if I was an adult.
Yeah, but these kids aren't embarrassed on that.
Yeah.
They expect it. It's an entitlement, just like everything.
Amazingly, the majority of Gen Z respondents believe they'll perform better financially than their parents. There are some of these Gen Zers that are making more money than their parents, but they expect their parents to still take care of them. Crazy. New research finds that a degree of forgetfulness is perfectly normal, even necessary for your brain to function properly. Tom, this is good, right? But if you're making excuses for you finding your wallet, your phone, your keys, that might be problematic, according to new research. And French actor Gerard Depardieu, what's his name? Depardieu. In custody over sexual assault allegations in France.
He's
been arrested.
a known alcoholic and womanizer.
Yeah. So he's been charged with sexual assault. And Hunter Biden says he's lawyering up and plans to sue Fox News.
Oh, please.
Oh, please do it. And big shakeups at CBS Sports, their coverage of the NFL. Both Boomer Esiason and Phil Simms are out.
Well, that's the
as
halftime
Matt
show.
Ryan joins.
Really? Wow.
Yes. So Boomer is gone, and Phil Simms also gone.
Really?
No, both those guys were former quarterbacks. They've
Wait. Well, hold up a second. Phil Simms was a quarterback?
And Boomer.
And Boomer Esiason was a quarterback?
Right.
I had no idea. I thought they were shortstops.
Well, some people don't know about that stuff. Matt Ryan is a former
quarterback. And if they don't know, they're probably not interested, Tom.
Yeah. I thought they were getting rid of Jim Nantz, to tell you the truth.
I still can't believe that Boomer Esiason was a quarterback. Wow. Thank you.
You're making fun of me.
I would have never known this stuff. Crazy. All right, 728 person dies in Carlsbad in a crash after a metal welding rod goes through the front window. Carlsbad Police Department need the public health gathering information. That accident happened on April 24th. Person died in that crash in Carlsbad. Metal welding rod went through the windshield. According to the media release, the accident happened about 12:10 p.m. on National Parks Highway. Law enforcement and emergency personnel were the ones who responded to that accident. By the way, they need more information. They need more information. Crime Stoppers involved. Get in touch with Carlsbad PD. What a bad way to go. Man, nuts. Albuquerque man records himself punching an elderly man and uploads the attack online. A brazen, unprovoked attack was not only uploaded to social media, it was posted by the alleged attacker. Facebook post has since been removed, but a lot of people screenshotted it and recorded it and handed it over to the Bernalillo County deputies. The alleged attacker allegedly punched the elderly man in the face for no reason. Those who know him are worried that these violent tendencies are going to escalate. Suspect is Armando Garnero III, a woman that works with him, saying that she's experienced some of that violence, and he is a danger to the community.
She's right.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, Albuquerque man went live on Facebook, posted the video, punching the elderly man. He should be charged with assault and also charged with assaulting a senior citizen.
Yes.
What would that charge be called, Tom, when you assault a senior citizen?
That would be assaulting a senior citizen.
Elder abuse?
Like,
there's no particular law for it.
There's no particular law for it.
Assault is
Yeah,
assault.
damn sure
Did
is.
you just say that?
Elderly abuse is on the
real?
books.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's
No
its
doubt.
own thing.
But just a regular assault.
No.
An assault.
No.
It's
No,
not a
it-
regular
they're-
an assault though.
No.
Couldn't it if he said I hate old people, couldn't that be a hate crime?
It could be a hate crime, definitely. If he said, I hate boomers, and it hit him, yeah, it could be. Yeah, for sure. All right, 730. Wall Street has spent billions on buying homes. A crackdown is looming. Lawmakers investigating hundreds of thousands of houses that are rented out and are driving up the cost of home prices. Neil Cavoto, Coast to Coast, did a report on the Concoran Group. Founder and Shark Tank star Barbara Concoran.
Yes.
And she addressed the market's trends. And because they've been buying up all these homes.
Yep. And she's pretty spot on when it comes to residential housing.
So the Republican bill is looking to possibly do something. But how can you go against in a capitalist society from people buying up all the homes?
You can't really, unless you say that you can only own so many.
And wouldn't that be foolish?
Yes,
you would have all these homes that are just open.
Yeah. Well, and she's also in that same report, she's also talking about how interest rates, like they're not coming down right now, but as soon as they do, it could cause an even bigger problem in real estate because values could shoot up because people who aren't getting into the market because of the interest rates will suddenly want to buy into the market.
Deion Sanders, again. Colorado loses a defensive starter, Amari Cooper, and another wide receiver to the portal. Bad day yesterday for Deion Sanders. Is it 25 or 26 students, athletes that have left the program since this portal window was open? And by the way, the portal window is about to close.
Don't need them.
Tom is the expert on Colorado football, so he should know the number.
I'm going to be honest with you. Most colleges have 85 scholarships.
Right.
They usually remain at 85.
Mm-hmm.
Schools like LSU were telling kids to enter the portal because they were making room for people that they were bringing in. They were telling kids, look, you're not going to get to play, and we love your work ethic. You're on the practice squad. We gave you a scholarship. You probably want to go where you can play. So they were encouraging kids to leave. Deion Sanders got another problem. Kids are leaving.
Let them.
And to say you don't need them, when you're left with 22 kids.
No, but there's a lot of walk-on kids that would want to play college football.
Tom,
have decent skills.
Tom, are you for real? How many walk-ons get to start in D1 college?
Oh, there's been several.
They're few and far between.
One, maybe two on any given team.
And far between. And, Tom, here's another thing.
What's that?
You made a comment last week about the HB, what's it called, traditional black schools.
Mm-hmm.
That all the student athletes, do you know the fourth straight year that they did not have a player get drafted? 4 years in a row.
Because Deion's no longer there, that's why.
Oh, is that why? Okay, God bless you. I was a little troubled there. Man accused of 2 double murders in Albuquerque will spend the rest of his life in prison. John Paul Ballerano, 31 years old, sentenced on yesterday to 2 consecutive life sentences in Bernalillo County. Too bad we don't have the death penalty. And a California man running for re-election at the same time suing the city for $7.5 million over cries of discrimination.
Shouldn't that
California Democrat?
Shouldn't
Deborah
you
Robinson
choose? Can't you how can you keep running and then sue them for saying you can't run?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, so the California Democrat Deborah Robinson has been the mayor of Raleigh, a city east of Los Angeles, 100,000 people in the city since 2012. This November, she is seeking a fourth term in office. At the same time, she is seeking $7.5 million from the city because she believes that she was a victim of discrimination.
How?
She has filed 3 other claims last year for age discrimination and racial discrimination. She's looking for $7.5 million. How can it be age discrimination when you're voted in? You're not an employee of the city.
No.
You're voted in.
Correct.
Wow.
The voters chose not you.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't elect her for another term. She's been mayor since 2012.
Right.
Albuquerque Dispensary Cookies, accused of violating several of the state's cannabis regulations, according to the filing notice from the Cannabis Control Division. The Blue Whale Enterprise Incorporated operates the cookies. They had some violations. Violation of protection of underage person. Number 1, they allowed somebody under the age of 21 to attend an event and consume cannabis. That was number 1. Engaging and prohibiting in a prohibited practice. Posting stuff on social media. That is not allowed. Unauthorized consumption of cannabis. Dispensary is accused of allowing people to consume cannabis on their property. That's a no-no.
That's a big no-no.
Unlawful commingling of alcohol and cannabis. You can't do that.
No.
And 5th violation, the violation of cannabis products and the way it is displayed. So 5 different violations, and best of luck with that. Mike Tyson revealed he is holding out on sex and weed.
Okay.
Ahead of the Jake Paul fight. He's going straight up old school.
He's going to kill Jake Paul.
Now, Tom, why would they always say the fighters should not have sex
sex
before the fight? Yeah.
Or, sex.
It weakens legs, they say.
It weakens legs. Really?
Rocky said that one day.
Stamina.
Yeah.
Stamina. I think it's to make them more aggressive.
Yes.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you, and it's all folklore anyway. If you haven't had sex in 3 months, you're going to be a little antsy. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure out.
It kind of reminds me. Remember, Mind That Bird won the Kentucky Derby 2009.
Oh, here we go again. Mind My Bird.
Remember, he was a gelding. That means they chopped him
off.
Oh
my God, are you kidding me?
And I think Mike Tyson's going to kill Jake Paul. Like, I think this is set up to where he's gonna throw that hammer in there, and
see you later.
And Jake Paul is just going to go down. He's going to fold like a deck of cards. Because didn't Roy Jones Jr. warn?
Yeah, well, Roy Jones Jr. said, "Look, once he hits you one time in the gut,
right."
So tell us more about Mind That Bird and Mike Tyson. What's kind
of like the same thing?
It's not close.
He was too aggressive as a regular horse.
Did he go in the boxing ring?
Well, no, I'm going to be honest.
Wait for my analogy here. So they chopped him so he wouldn't be too wild.
It is Brutally Honest Day.
And he won the Kentucky Derby. Came in second in the Preakness.
Can anybody be brutally honest with Tom today? Brutally honest.
But he couldn't have babies no more, though. See?
Oh, thank you, Tom. God bless you. New Mexico State Police conducted a pit maneuver, crashes a stolen vehicle in Taos. Georgia man faces 5 felony charges. He also stole a Taos County Sheriff's Office vehicle. Shay Anthony Hawes, 39 years old, was arrested. Ended up at Holy Cross Hospital, had a head injury from the pit maneuver. And had a firearm. A felon in possession with a firearm. I don't know how they get these firearms. And a man shot and killed a officer, was shot and killed. This was part of a officer-involved shooting. Man shot and killed in Chaparral, New Mexico. That happened yesterday afternoon. Donna Ana County Sheriff is calling an officer-involved shooting. Incident happened about 2:20 in the afternoon. Deputies responded to the call with a theft in progress. When they arrived, they made contact with a man. Shots were fired. The man was killed. Name of the man is being withheld pending notification of family. And James Carville, Tom, you know who James Carville is. He's not a mind that bird, but he worked for the Clintons.
Right.
He's a strategist for the Democratic Party, and he had a word of advice for you young voters that are turning away from Joe Biden. F-bomb you.
Yeah.
That was what he had to tell you.
I was going to say, if he was on the air, I'd have to push the button.
That's it. That's what he had to say. All right, we're going to talk about Charles Barkley coming up in a second. National Anthem and the Pledge. Tom on the text. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Atlas Maker Mirror, atlasmakermirror.com. Mother's Day coming up. When is that? Next weekend?
The 12th.
2 weekends.
Yeah.
2 weekends. And perfect gift would be the Atlas Maker Mirror.
Yes, it would.
575-631-3189. Call and talk to the local inventor, Rebecca Long, or go online and buy at atlasmakermirror.com. Save 20% off right now when you use the promo code W105 on the website, atlasmakermirror.com. If you haven't seen the Atlas Maker Mirror, go to the website and check it out. Go to Instagram or Facebook and check it out. It has 3 different mirrors, times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification, LED lights. It's very bright. Comes with a traveling case, or you can buy the wall mount version. AtlasMakerMirror.com. Don't forget to use promo code W105 to save. Tom on the text, 742.
That idiot charged with elderly abuse says this one text will one day hit the wrong elderly person and have a brand new hole in their brain, says the texter.
We can only hope.
We can only hope, right? And isn't it funny, guys, how every election that we have, there's some kind of drama going on in this country? It's almost like someone's trying to interfere with the elections, but of course it's all the Republicans' fault.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not planned.
I just want to point out that before the last election, about this same time, on the same time frame, is when all the Antifa, Black Lives Matter stuff, riots happened.
And now, please do not be smart enough to figure this out.
Right.
Don't be.
Yeah. I mean.
Don't be.
Wag the dog.
All right, Kerry Jean-Pierre, we're going to get to that. Tom, you got another text?
Yeah, this text says, Boomer was the quarterback for the Yankees. Being smart about it.
Yes, he was, if I'm not mistaken.
Tom, is that right? You're our sports aficionado.
He never played baseball.
So he wasn't the quarterback for the Yankees?
No.
Oh, who was he quarterback for?
He was quarterback for the Bengals. Matter of fact, in that draft, he was kind of in the middle because a lot of other quarterbacks went before him, and that's when the USFL was taking all these good players. So he was caught in the middle, and he thought he wasn't going to be drafted by the Bengals, but he was eventually.
I can't live without that information.
Right. Anyway.
I can't. I can't believe you can.
I'm sorry, Kevin.
Have all this information stuffed in your head.
Yes.
And by the way, your backside is compacted. I think your brain is compacted. You need to get some of that information out of your brain to hold information that is current.
I think my brain's already full.
I agree. I think it's full. It's full of crap. It's definitely full of crap, no doubt.
But it comes in handy, doesn't it?
So who got drafted in front of him? You said there were all these great quarterbacks. Who were they?
Well, you had him, and you had, this is 1984, I believe, the draft. There wasn't many other good quarterbacks in front of him.
What did you just said there were a bunch of good
there
ones.
There were tons of great quarterbacks in front of him.
The USFL, Jim Kelly was one of those. That didn't go
it's like I'm talking to damn
he didn't go to the Bills.
Rain Man. I'm talking to damn Rain Man.
He didn't go to the Bills. He went to the Houston Gamblers.
Yes, you are.
I'm talking the Rain Man.
That was not part of the NFL draft then, was it?
It was the NFL draft.
No, and not if it was the USFL.
I am talking
had a draft
I'm
right
sorry,
before
Kevin.
them.
I just had to prove a point.
I am talking the Rain Man with flawed information.
It ain't flawed. Blake
Rain
doesn't know
Man
nothing.
with
Blake
flawed
don't know
info.
nothing about sports.
No, never watched it.
Right.
7:45. Carrie Jean-Pierre walks away. This is what you do when you have nothing to say.
CBS News poll found that registered voters in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania believe that they would be financially better off if Trump wins. How do you explain that? All right, bye, everybody. Thank you.
I'm taking my damn binder. I'm out of here.
Wow.
I mean, who did she learn that from? Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm not going to answer your silly questions. I got to go. And then she was asked about the border. This happened earlier before she just walked off. Asked about the border, and she repeats the same lie.
In the meantime, we always said that we don't believe moving with an executive action is the way to go. We want to see that proposal, but we're always going to look at all options. I don't have a decision to be made. I don't have anything to announce, but we're going to continue to call on Republicans, call on Congress to move that that bipartisan Senate proposal.
So let me get this: you will executive action closing a pipeline. You will executive action giving free money away. You will executive action us to death. But when it comes to something that is really life and death to the American citizens, you will not take any action.
No.
None.
Because then they can't blame Republicans.
I think this is going to backfire.
I hope so.
And when you know somebody like Afroman, Tom, Afroman had one song. What was the name of the song?
We talked about it not that long ago, actually.
Because I got high. He has redid this song, and it's called Hunter Got High. No. This is actually Afroman, and I'm going to play it, and I hope it plays. Because we've been having problems with the audio. I hope it plays. Blake, we're going to give it a shot.
Okay.
It's hard job. Yeah. He wasn't going to mess with the hoes, but Hunter got high. He was going to take them all out on the boat. But Hunter got high. He's the smartest man Joe ever knew in his life. Yeah, to Hunter got high. Hunter got high. Hunter got high. La, la, da, da, da. He was gonna go visit his dad, but Hunter got high. Ooh, he thought he had a secret stash, but Hunter got high. The White House got shut down. We all know why. Yeah, Hunter got high. Hunter got high. Hunter got high.
877-396-W105. Could you hear it, or
yes.
did it?
Didn't hear the music, but we heard him singing, so that was good.
All right. Crazy that Afroman would make a song against the Democrat. I'm telling you.
The rappers.
Things are changing. Even Fetterman is like, what the hell is going on? People putting up pup tents.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what he had to say. Come on.
Of course, it's a great American value to protest, but I don't believe living in a pup tent for Hamas is really helpful.
Hummus. Is it hummus?
Yes.
Something with garlic?
Hummus is made from chickpeas. And it's good.
Hummus.
It's good. That's a good dip.
Yeah.
You know?
I got to go to the Democrats are really stupid. Hank Johnson, back in the day, was he was from the state of Georgia. He was a representative. He was a Democrat. And Hank, actually during a committee meeting, was interviewing the military about the population of Guam. By the way, the population of Guam is under 200,000. But he was very concerned that the island would tip over. But you got a bunch of barges under there. It's not going to be able to hold it up. It's going to... listen, you can't make this up. This is nuts. Yeah, Hank Johnson.
I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
You thought I was making that up, right? The island will tip over. It's got like a bunch of barges under it.
Yeah, it's just floating out there.
And floating devices.
Good.
And, yeah, it's going to tip over.
Tom, what do you think about that? You think Guam could flip over if it had too many people on it?
Oh, come on, guys. You guys
see, even Tom knows.
Yeah, I mean, you know it's bad if Tom says that's crazy. Charles Barkley kind of making an apology. I don't know if you saw that.
Was it last show? It's the last show on CNN or what?
Well, and here's the deal. He said that Galveston was a crap hole.
He's not wrong.
Texas?
Well, look, Galveston's not really. I mean, look, it's not.
Okay.
And maybe I'm wrong.
Well,
maybe I'm wrong.
And you can't ask me because I'm biased. I'm from the Coastal Bend area, and
Right.
I've always thought Galveston was trashy.
And, you know, but Galveston is a beach.
It is.
And to me, a beach is a beach.
But
And I live
Right.
around some of the most beautiful beaches, 7,000 islands in the Philippines.
Right.
But I still go to Galveston one time a year. As I'm driving home from Louisiana, I'll stay a couple days in Galveston. Because a beach is a beach.
Okay.
It's really not that bad. But Charles Barkley last night came back and apologized. Kind of apologized.
Says it was
You think
trash.
they made him apologize, Tom?
Well, yeah. I mean, if he wanted a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got hate mail from the people of Galveston.
Well, probably, but they know that it's a beach, and I'm going to agree with you, B. A beach is a beach. But it is, my opinion, the worst beach in Texas.
Well, I'm not going to debate that. And, I mean, look, coming from Louisiana, Grand Isle is the only beach we have.
Right. Which
And
is a better
so
beach,
Grand
by the
Isle
way.
is not a great beach.
No, but it's
and
better
it is
than Galveston.
probably equivalent to Galveston.
Huh.
But
Well,
it is a
excuse
beach.
me.
Well, it is a beach. So, woke California professor gets charged with ethics charges and charged with a couple felonies. Left-wing Los Angeles County District Attorney George Cascon, right-hand woman, is facing nearly 11 felony charges after the state prosecutor said that she helped herself to confidential information about 11 deputies as far back as 2018 and took it with her when she left the sheriff's office to work for the DA 3 years later. Diane Tehran, accused of accessing the sheriff's office database, stealing the information. By the way, she went from prosecuting to being the one that is being prosecuted. Crazy. Tom, how long should a movie be?
I'm thinking an hour
And
and
length.
hour and a half tops.
Hour and a half.
So you think 90 minutes?
Yep.
Think some of the new movies are, 2 hours plus. What's the longest movie we've had as of late?
Probably Dune. Wasn't that around 3 hours?
Dune was 3
Yeah,
hours.
I think that was actually 3 hours and 15 minutes.
And one of the, what's the Avatar, both of those were really long.
One of those was very, very long. So they're saying the average length of a movie, the perfect time for a length of a movie, 92 minutes.
That's
92
about
minutes.
right. Yeah.
So some movies that are the perfect length, Dodgeball, Kung Fu Panda, Beetlejuice, Monsters, Inc., and Toy Story. 90 minutes, 92 minutes.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Right, 92. Looks like LeBron James eliminated again. Is this the fourth playoff that he gets eliminated?
Well,
doesn't go to the finals.
Well, they won the year they won in the COVID year, but that was the last time they won a championship.
So the long way to get to the yes. Is that what you're saying?
It's been
yes.
Second year in a row they've been eliminated by the Denver Nuggets, though.
I think it's the third year.
Well, they were eliminated last year.
I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Denver beat them in the championship
So,
series.
Kevin, I'm looking at some breaking news here, and it says Stefanik hits special counsel Jack Smith with ethics complaint, accuses him of election meddling. So Representative Elise Stefanik is demanding a DOJ probe into the special counsel's conduct. That's breaking right now.
I'm just going to tell you this. After looking at Jack Smith, I think he would enjoy the probe.
Yeah. It says, quote, Jack Smith's multiple attempts to rush to trial the federal January 6th case against President Trump violated longstanding explicit Justice Department policy.
Wow. I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great. Turn the tables.
Yeah. But that's just breaking this morning. So more to come on that for sure.
Awesome. Jason Kelsey signed a deal with ESPN. Just signed a deal. He's going to be the newest addition to Monday Night Football.
Was he going to do a sideline report or what?
Why would he be on the sideline?
No.
Well, Goose for the Ravens was on Fox as their sideline reporter. I don't know if
he is going to be part of the pregame, Tom.
Oh, pregame show. Well, he'll make a good analysis then.
Why?
Former football player.
Why does that mean he'll be good analysis?
So let me ask you this much. You never played the game.
Right.
Why do you think you're so good?
One thing I was so good because I was mentored by one of the greatest sports announcers in the history of radio.
Really?
Harry Carey?
Where was this guy? Bob
Uecker?
Where was he?
His name was
Who?
Bob
Uecker?
Bob Bell.
You were mentored by Bob Uecker.
Bell.
So you know Bob Uecker.
No, he said that.
I said Bob Uecker.
He said Bob Uecker.
Oh, so
he said
who
Bob
mentored you, Tom? You said he was one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Sports history.
What
was his name?
Former Southwest Conference announcer. Bob Bell, who then retired.
And he mentored you. Where did he mentor you?
In Big Spring.
So Bob Bell was in Big Spring.
Right. Did the Steers, did the Howard College Hawks. And I was mentored under him. You're taking me
But he did college ball.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Yep.
Why was he in Big Spring if he was one of the greatest?
Guys were retired already. He's one of our sales guys.
So what you're saying is when you retire, you have to go to Big Spring?
Well.
Yes, that's it. So when are you leaving? We want to know.
I left because somebody pointed a gun at me over there.
What?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I point a gun right back.
I called BS and said, I want to come back home.
Oh, whatever. All right, one more cut. Jim Acosta, the meltdown. Jim Acosta melting down when it comes to Donald Trump being reelected. Listen to this. If it plays. Come on, Jim. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
But the other thing that's in that poll, we're out of time. But the other thing that's in that poll is it shows that a lot of Americans view Donald Trump's presidency as a success.
And Biden as a failure.
Which is extraordinary given the fact that 1 million people died from COVID.
Yeah.
I mean,
But look, if the poll, based on this poll, if the election were held today, Donald Trump would go from the courthouse to the White House. No questions asked. But guess what, Alice? It's not today. But you look at this.
But what's remarkable, his presidency ended with an insurrection at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Maria, how is it that Democrats have not been able to get that message across to voters and that they can't break through this short-term?
So Donald Trump is viewed as a success. Joe Biden viewed as not a success.
I can
when
tell
we come
him why.
back,
I can tell him why.
I can. Now, it's in the economy, but you're not smart enough to figure that out, Joe. The smart list podcast. That's where Joe Biden is going to get interviewed. Smartless podcast with Jason Bateman. We're going to get to that in just a second. Tom on the tax, 8 o'clock, KWMW Maljamar, 105.1 FM, National Anthem, and the Pledge up next.
This text is asking B, how much taxpayer money is being wasted on all these court cases and efforts?
Lots. But follow the money, and you will follow the money that's leaving your paycheck.
Right. And boy, they pointed a gun at you, Tommy, and screamed and got away from our buffet.
They pointed a gun at you and screamed.
You go home now.
Yes.
No profit again, Tommy.
They had two great Chinese buffets there in Big Spring.
You go home now.
You no eat no more.
You no eat no more. You break us. No more egg roll.
B.
Keep
no
going.
more.
Keep going, Tom.
And I'm a desert lover, and I've been to Galveston and Corpus Christi Beach. Honestly, my opinion is Corpus is more of a dump than Galveston is.
Well, Corpus Christi Beach is like 2 blocks long.
That's
you
it?
got to go out to the island.
Oh,
You know, I mean, that's on a bay. That's not a fair comparison. That's like comparing a lake beach to an ocean beach.
now what's that little resort they got nearby? It's called
A
something.
little resort nearby.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh,
There's a bunch of resorts down there.
yeah.
But, I mean, you got to go out to the Barrier Island, right? I mean, because that's where it's at.
Oh,
Do you want to go to Port Isabel, Tom?
no. But I've been to Galveston when I was a kid. They sent me there because they said I had psychological issues. Now this was
So you again, the comparison's going to be
I
like
forgot the mental hospital was in Galveston.
yes, but South Padre,
there you
North
go.
Padre, Port A,
Yeah.
all out on
Hey,
the Mustang Island.
Wait.
Yeah,
Hey,
go out there.
let's get back to the psychological event.
Well-
And they said you were the picture of perfect
Well,
health.
I was right after my brain surgery, and this kid in my classroom fed the fish. Everybody takes a turn every day to feed the fish, but he overfed them, and they blamed me for it. And then I was painting light bulbs black. And they said, "Oh, time to send your kid to go down there." My mom and I went down there on a bus. Got to the hospital. I started pushing all the buttons. And where's Thomas? I don't know. So finally got the doctor. He did all the little.
buttons and painting light bulbs.
So he
I
did
was
all-
pushing all the buttons. I was trying to put the square into the round hole.
So I did all the psychological stuff, and he came back and said, "Mrs. Reese said your son is just mischievous."
Picture
Ain't nothing
of
wrong
perfect
with
health.
Let me
boy.
record
Read
this
the
because
card.
this is
Oh,
award-winning radio.
go
right
ahead,
here.
read this card. I see Spot run.
Ain't nothing wrong with that boy.
I will kill Spot. Oh, it doesn't say that. Oh, wow. All right, let's check the weather. We're going to get you updated. The pledge. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we're running.
I
way
did
behind.
not do things that happened on this date in history.
Oh well, let's do that.
My Lord, I didn't do things that happened on this date in history. Being brought to you by our buddies at 2A Tactical Firearms and the Indoor Firing Range. Find them today in Hobbs, 236 East Navajo. Great selection of guns. They also offer a huge selection of clothing and accessories for your guns. They have the indoor firing range, paid by the hour, or join the monthly membership, and they have the Milo FBI training simulator. Find them today, 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, 2atacticalrange.com. 1789, George Washington put in his first day as president of the United States. It was a tough gig, and he didn't have anybody to blame it on. The problems in the country. I mean, like Biden's always blaming Trump. George Washington had nobody to blame stuff on.
Yeah, but he wasn't
Nobody.
that type anyway. He was like, let's get it done.
Yeah. U.S. Navy established on this date in 1798. Anchors Away. 1808. First practical typewriter was finished.
Before you go any further, 1803. Do you have 1803 on there?
1803. No, I got 1808, the typewriter.
1803, the Louisiana Purchase.
Wow.
Yeah.
Purchase Louisiana. Without that, I wouldn't even be here.
Everything Mississippi River to the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. Now, what was the price tag on that?
$15 million. That was about
$15 million.
About 4 cents an acre.
Wow,
yeah.
cheap.
And I mean, I've eaten that much in crawfish. Ice cream cone made its debut in 1904. NBC demonstrated television for the first time in public in New York at the World's Fair in 1939. Mr. Potato Head became the first toy ever advertised on TV. Tom, you remember the slogan?
No, I don't remember.
This Spudge for you?
Hey, didn't Mr. Potato Head, wasn't it originally a potato that they just sold the parts for and you like stuck it in your own potato?
Yeah. And your potato.
Yes, I remember.
And it's now not called Mr. Potato Head. It's called Potato Head.
Right.
It's gender neutral. But they rolled that toy out in 1952.
Except for Mrs. Potato Head, you can still get that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the way that works. It is, of course, Honesty Day. You want to be honest with us? Go ahead, send your text in. Final day of April. Tomorrow is May Day. Birthdays today. Kirsten Dunst is 42 years old from Interview with a Vampire.
And most recently,
that's all I see.
Civil War. That new movie that's out. That's who stars in that. She was also
Spider-Man
in the first Spider-Man trilogy. Yeah.
And Michael Waldrop is 61. He's taking laps on NASCAR. That's pretty much it, unless, Blake, you have something.
Isaiah Thomas. Tom?
Basketball player?
Yeah. 63 today.
Wow. All right, let's check the weather quickly. Being brought to you by WWRV. 162 RV hookups, 30 and 50 amps available. Pricing, they offer one low price and includes high-speed internet and all your utilities included. They're pet-friendly, very well lit up. 988-0392 or WWRV3.com. 90 for the high today, sunny skies, 59 tonight. And then tomorrow we have a 10% chance of rain, mostly after 3 p.m. Chance of rain coming up tomorrow night, and then sunny and 88 for Thursday. National Anthem and the Pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long, 575-393-2661. Farmers Insurance Agent. Has been for 40-plus years. Started a business at the age of 19. Looking for somebody that's going to work for you, somebody that's honest and loves what she does, saving people money and making sure that they have the proper insurance to meet their needs. If you have a home and a car and maybe a boat and you need commercial insurance and life insurance, she can bundle all that together, save you a lot of money. 575-393-2661, proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose brushed stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly seen, and the rockets went out of our first united came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh,
God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Ephesians 4 this morning, and do not grieve the Holy Spirit of God, with whom you were sealed for the day of redemption. Get rid of all your bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
811 morning show being brought to you by North Star Laundry, reminding you one-stop shop for all your laundry. Get in there and they can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. Starch them up, do your dry cleaning. They can take care of all of that. Or you can wash, dry, and fold them yourself with their coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations. 609 West Lee Street in Carlsbad, 604 West Church Street in Carlsbad, 406 West Cedar and Loving. North Star Laundry, check them out today. Some of the stories we're going to be talking about. White House officially claims how many mistakes that Joe Biden has made in public remarks. We'll talk about that. Tom, how many mistakes? I'll let you think about it. When we come back, you tell me. Okay. Newborn found in a trash bin, another one, and a survivor found in Nebraska after the tornado. They could hear somebody screaming, and Las Cruces police investigating. I did that story about the shooting. Disney, a male is going to be the evil queen. Say it ain't so. And Texas suing the Biden administration over the transgender Title IX rules. We'll get to that story and more on the way. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with news. We'll qualify you for the cash coming up next. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale, settling the big cases. Over $10 million in the patch in one case, $9 million in a medical malpractice case, settling car accidents, slip and falls, and more. If you've been involved in an accident, the leading accident attorney, Luke Ragsdale, is waiting for your call. 575-208-5300. If you've been involved in something where you need somebody to defend you in a court of law, RagsdaleLawFirm.com, 575-208-5300. News coming up next. First, let's qualify you for the cash on W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Lazy Lantern Tattoo and Hobbs presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Intifada University, Columbia University's Hamilton Hall occupied by Gaza protesters who hung an Intifada banner after the university failed to enforce Monday's deadline to take down the campus tent city. Overnight, the protesters smashed into the Dean's building. With protests at 20 universities in 16 states, police moving in today at Yale and UNC Chapel Hill. New York Congressman Dan Muser says about time.
They want to be called anarchists, but really what they are is they're simply criminals engaged in destruction.
On Fox Business, police at UT Austin say many arrested are not students who had a stash of baseball-sized rocks. Terrible toll in Charlotte, North Carolina. 4 officers killed, 4 wounded as U.S. Marshals try to serve a warrant on a felon. The Trump trial resuming in New York with a banker for the former president's disgraced former lawyer, Michael Cohen. America is listening to Fox News.
Hey, this is Big Ben, and it's time to announce the Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan's Guaranteed Approval Program. It's a new year, and it's time for a new you. Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan has partnered with local banks to bring this opportunity to you. Do you have a job? You're approved. Do you have a passport, a driver's license, or an ID? You're approved. What about an ITIN number? You're approved. Good credit or bad credit, if you're over the age of 18 and currently employed, you're approved. At Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, your job is your credit. Plus, take advantage advantage of the amazing rates on new and pre-owned vehicles. Get rates as low as 1.9% on select new vehicles. Save big today on cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. With over 300 pre-owned vehicles on the lot and another 300 at our off-site location, we have what you need. Save big now with up to $10,000 off on select new 1,500 trucks and new cars starting as low as $19,000. Now's the time to take advantage. You got to get down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan today. 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
Hobbs Public Library is excited to announce our new program for 4th grade and up starting Monday, February 5th. Join us every Monday in the library meeting room at 6 p.m. for group activities, STEM projects, creative art, and much more. These programs will help encourage literacy in all subjects. No sign-ups are required. For more information, call 575-397-9328 or follow us on Facebook.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
As a single mom, it means a lot to me to have a strong banking relationship. With the cost of living as it is, I have to make the most of every dollar I make.
Every member has different wants and needs. That's the basis of relationship-based personal service. A strong credit union is built on strong relationships. Estacado Federal Credit Union, where you are more than a number, you're a member. Federally insured by NCUA.
Dear Truckin' Awesome. What do you think of when someone says tough? Honestly, I think of a Toyota truck. Tundra's one mean mother of a truck with a twin-turbo V6 and incredible going power, and the Tacoma claws through terrain with a taller suspension and lots of creature comforts in the cockpit. Both Toyota trucks are decked out with tons of cool features and tech you'll dig. Check them out at Toyota.com, folks.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
This week at Bob's Ridgeway, specials to help you build a better burger, like lean ground beef, $2.99 a pound, red ripe tomatoes, 99 cents a pound. Get iceberg lettuce, 99 cents a head, and the tender crust hamburger buns, just $1.98. Kraft American Singles, big 16-ounce pack, just $3.98. And specials on your food club, ketchups, mayos, mayonnaises, pickles, and to help you grill them up right, charcoal, King Charcoal, big 15-pound bag, just $5.98. And these are just a few of more than 150 big item specials this week to help fight inflation and make your grocery dollar go farther. We're the service, quality, and where they still carry your groceries out. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Hello, everyone. I'm State Representative Catherine Brown. I serve Carlsbad, Otis, Loving, Malagajal, and Eunice in the State House of Representatives. I'm running for re-election, and I'm asking for your support once again. I'm on the front lines in Santa Fe fighting hard for families, schools, and businesses. I vigorously defend constitutional rights, including the right to keep and bear arms. I strongly support local industries such as oil and gas, potash, nuclear, ranching, and agriculture. Please vote for me, Catherine Brown, on June 4th.
Paid for by Committee to re-elect Catherine Brown. David Fritchie, Treasurer.
Attend the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center in Roswell, New Mexico. See dealers selling the finest in modern guns, antique guns, custom knives, ammo, scopes, Old West collectibles, and much more. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street, Roswell, New Mexico. Gun aficionados, you don't want to miss out on this huge selection of ammo. Over 500,000 rounds of ammo on sale. Winchester ammo, Remington ammo, 9mm Luger ammo, 38 Special. Do not miss out on these major brands of ammo. Buy, sell, and trade at the Roswell Gun Show May 4th and 5th this weekend at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center, 912 North Main Street in Roswell, New Mexico. Get $1 off admission. Go to azgunradio.com. That's azgunradio.com. Parking for this event is free.
I want
to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
All right, 820, be on the Breakfast Club. Tom A., as soon as he's back in the studio, I'll do this next story about the Cowboys. I want him to be in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure he'll have some pertinent information about the Cowboys in, like, 1958.
Well, and there's a lot of things going on right now with the whole college quote-unquote protests. I'm just going to call them riots. Right now, the House GOP is speaking on that right now, this live. The pro-terrorist rioters there on college campuses at Columbia have now, Columbia gave them an order to vacate. And they sent it back and wrote on the same letter that said, Columbia will burn. I ain't reading all that. Free Palestine.
Yep. And by the way, they renamed one of the halls after a little girl that was that died in when Israel that bombed Gaza.
Well, how many little girls did the terrorists kill?
Oh no, that's fake news, Blake. I mean, we're not believing that.
They started it. They killed.
Yeah, no doubt.
They targeted civilians and killed civilians. And then Israel says, we're not having that.
No. And there's one thing you can count on. A country like Israel, who stands out in the middle of the desert by itself, they are prepared. They have to be. They have to be. Because they have very few allies.
Wow.
They have to be prepared.
No, that's true. And Tom is back if you want to go ahead and do that NFL story.
All right, Tom, I don't know if you heard over the weekend. I know you're big on Tejano News and the Cowboys.
Right.
But over the weekend, A.B. Quintanilla made a comment about Cowboys fans. And he has now come out, A.B. Quintanilla, who is Selena's brother. And I'm surprised he went back to San Antonio after being arrested after he owed like $60,000 in child support.
Man.
And they arrested him at the Fiesta. But A.B. Quintanilla, Jerry Jones says, you sound like a real childish person on stage. Very unprofessional of you. By the sounds of it, you gave up on America's favorite team. Like your fans gave up on you.
Ooh.
Signed Jerry Jones.
Oh, right on.
By the way, he has since come out and said the reason he had the meltdown on the stage, he keeps bringing up his dead sister, and I get it. Your sister died. It's tragic.
Mm-hmm. It was this month that she died 25 years ago.
Wow, thank you. More pertinent information. Wow. But the reason he says he had the meltdown is that he had a cancer scare. He had a wart on his thumb.
Oh, no, and, don't tell me that.
Yeah, it was a cancer scare. No, that's what he said. It was a cancer scare.
You are
and he got
so bad.
He got off on some of the He got off. The doctor told him to get off some of his meds. And he got off some of his meds.
Crawfish.
Yeah, well, and what he said, he got off some of his meds that he got on after the death of Selena.
25 years ago. He's still thinking
all because of that wart on his thumb.
Yeah, that water in his thumb. And guess who else had a water in her thumb, Tom? Yolanda. She had a water in her thumb.
Okay.
The lady that killed Selena.
Right.
She had a wart. Yeah. Cicadas swarming the South, making a lot of noise. Biggest invasion in centuries. I mean, people in the South are usually seeing bugs like at Denny's and stuff like that. But
gotta have that
trillions
protein.
And they pee on
cicadas.
you, dude.
You know, one of the craziest videos that I've seen is the Chinese making candy. and they take these worms and they hydrate the worms, dehydrate the worms.
Wow.
And then they put them in a machine that chops them in little bitty pieces.
The chocolate pieces.
And how could they be chocolate, Tom? They're worms.
Well, then you say you said earlier.
And then
they
they mix sugar and kids eat it. To each their own. But the cicadas are being a big problem. I mean, the cicada protest just as loud as the college campus protest.
They're good protein, by the way.
So
if you ever got
I think Blake just said that. Thank you.
What do they taste like, Tom?
Tastes like cicada.
Is that like chicken?
Yeah.
Hey, B, we got a phone call that was holding about 12 minutes before the break.
Let's go.
So
let's go.
Good morning, you're on B in the Breakfast Club. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling from the city of Leamington. I just want to kind of put a report out there that the city, they're paying $17 an hour for new hires for water and wastewater, and I don't feel that's right.
Why not?
Well, because they had a whole crew at one point, and they couldn't get raises, or they couldn't, like, they talk about competitive pay. But they weren't competitive They were competitive 2 weeks ago when they were making less than that.
Are you a former employee or what?
Yes, I am a former employee, which is I feel like it is unjust like that happened because the head guy.
So they laid people off making less money, and now they're rehiring for a higher amount of money.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
I go reapply.
Right. Yeah.
I would go reapply.
Of bad work environments and all that too, and I heard them and complain about it.
I
but
got you.
It's like turning a blind eye, which is very bad.
Well, if they laid people off because they had financial troubles for a couple of years.
Right. Well, they didn't lay people off.
They're hiring.
They resigned. They just they resigned no 2 weeks or nothing because that's how mad they were. A whole crew left within about a couple months because of bad work environment.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, well, maybe we'll have Dave Miranda on and ask him about that. I appreciate you. Thank you. A woman in Indiana won $229,000 fast play lottery ticket she purchased while waiting for an order of chicken in Maryland. I'm just going to be honest. The current prices of stuff, you could probably get one bag of groceries for $229,000. Maybe one basket. Maybe one basket.
The most expensive vehicle on the road, a shopping cart.
Yeah. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, considering as the front runner, we talked about the puppy.
Mm-hmm.
She killed the working dog because it was untrainable and was killing other animals and very aggressive to other people.
And Whoopi had a meltdown.
Oh, Whoopi went crazy. Had no problem killing babies.
No.
Million babies in the United States a year.
Yep.
Has zero problems.
But a dog that was aggressive towards livestock and people, she has a problem with.
Oh, got a problem. Oh, I can't take it. Prince Harry flies back to the UK next week.
Sure do.
He is, no plans have been mentioned if he's going to see the royal family. But he's going to be part of what's called the Invictus Games.
Okay.
That's kind of like the Olympics.
I think that's right. I think it's called Invictus, but I'm not entirely sure what it is. So,
isn't that military games?
Not really. It's they throw poles and stuff.
They throw poles.
Yeah.
What are you talking
So
about?
they throw people from Poland?
No, they get.
Is that what you're saying?
They get a bunch of these telephone poles, and they throw them as far as they can.
No, that's the Highland Games, and it's not about throwing it as far as you can. No. It's called a caber toss at the Highland Games, and what that is it's based on a tree, and you have to make it flip once, and it's how straight away from you it lands is how they measure.
Oh, the neighborhood.
No, wasn't even close.
England.
No.
Highland.
Scotland.
That neighborhood.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Yeah.
So the Invictus Games are international multi-sport event for wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women.
Oh, cool.
Well, good.
So-
I'm glad he's there then.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was going back to England because of his dad's announcement of the cancer and redoing the will and all that
Well,
stuff.
he's back doing his own duties, by the way.
Own duties. Like what?
Well, his kingly duties.
Who?
King Charles. He's back at work.
Oh, thank you. By the way, the Invictus Games were founded by Harry in 2014.
Oh,
Well,
really?
that would explain that.
But they were modeled after the Warrior Games that have been going on for a long time in the United States. Thought I'd add that to it, Tom. But I'm glad the king is so much better. I think I had that info weeks ago. White House officially claims that Biden has made 148 mistakes in 2024.
And that's what they admit to.
So the communication staff has had to correct Joe Biden's public remarks at least 148 times since the beginning of 2024. Now, this doesn't include lies.
No. That's just the ones he got wrong.
So the White House has come out and said, yes, we've had to correct him 148 times.
Wow.
118 statements, speeches, and chats with reporters spanning January 1st to April 24th. The White House has had to update the president and correct the president 148 times. I'll give you an example. It was then through the American Rescue Plan, which every American voted against, every Republican voted against. He said American.
Right.
It was supposed to be Republican, voted against.
That's one of my favorites.
So they had to come back and replace. And then the stuff he said about, lowest prices ever and that type of stuff. Of course, that's out and out. It's not a correction. It's an out-and-out lie is what that is.
Well, some of them are Freudian slips.
Sure.
Like, he would have been right that Americans would vote against his rescue plan.
Oh, no doubt.
And where he said, I've always believed we've got it all wrong instead of they've got it all wrong.
Yeah.
So he was right about that, too. There were several of those in there that.
Oh, and the one he talked about just a couple of weeks ago, which wasn't on the list, was the one where he said, we can't be trusted.
Right.
He meant to say Donald Trump can't be trusted.
Right,
But he said we can't be trusted.
But those are a lot of Freudian slips, and he's actually, being honest.
There's some truth. Newborn baby found dead in a trash bin at the University of Tampa. The mother has been hospitalized, so police found the baby girl wrapped in a towel, discarded in a trash bin at the University of Tampa campus in Florida. The baby discovered about 7 p.m. at McKay Hall after it was reported that there was a deceased infant in the trash bin. And then the mother ended up at the hospital. No information on when the mother is going to be released. Is there any information if she is going to be charged? I just don't know how you could throw a baby in the trash. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let me play this 2 clips. The Smartless Podcast with Jason Bateman. It's Jason Bateman and 2 other Hollywood hacks. And Jason Bateman, if you can only figure it out, is a big-time lib. That's why Joe Biden went on the show. And listen to what Biden had to say.
Amendment, right? When I taught law school, the Second Amendment wasn't absolute ever. You weren't able to have a canon when you were, right. Decide the liberty is bordered with the blood of patriots. I mean, that's a bunch of.
But I don't think canon is excluded from the your rights.
It's not. But when did he teach law school?
Well, that's the other thing.
Right.
Yeah. Remember when he left being vice president? He did go to speak teach? Was it Yale?
Don't remember. Delaware?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember what school.
Let me look it up.
But he was a guest speaker. It's not like he was teaching constitutional law. Another lie. I'm not surprised. But Biden goes on to talk on the Smartless podcast.
How is it even necessary to have half a president campaigning against the other guy? It is shocking to me that it takes the amount of effort to be competitive against someone who just, in my opinion, is just running for the wrong thing.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. That's Jason Bateman.
Right.
A half a president. Yeah, that would be Donald Trump, because he's in court half the time. More than half the time. But listen to Biden's answer.
Changed. A lot's changed in how you communicate. A lot's changed in information, and so much disinformation out there. And it's really and it's hard to communicate even today when you do accomplish some.
It's hard for you to communicate. Yeah, it would be hard for you to communicate, no doubt. And I wonder how many viewers they have on the Smartless podcast. I'm guessing it doesn't meet Joe Rogan numbers.
No, but I imagine they have a pretty good crowd because Jason Bateman's pretty popular right now.
So it's him and two other guys. I'm going to look that up. All right, Tom in the text.
All right. So this text is saying that Biden's mouth is a mistake. But you were going to ask me how many mistakes he made earlier, but you never did ask me.
I told you.
148. But you didn't ask me. You told me.
All right. So Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. Those are the three people.
Okay. And honestly, I think that Tom's plate is reaching out. Some of the minute things that he comes with is just off the wall. That reminds me, guys, what does off the chain mean?
I think we're going to have to send him back to Galveston.
I heard it say a lot during a tournament over the weekend. One of our fans said, "Tom, you need to get some of that brisket from the concession stand because it's off the chain." What does that mean? Really
You're
good?
About as hip as hip can be.
Well, I don't know what off the chain means.
Go to your Urban Dictionary and look it up.
So I looked at a couple of these. You can see the videos that are posted because they have it on YouTube. And the December 14th podcast, which they were talking about working overtime and stuff like that, got about 406,000 views.
That's pretty.
In September of 2020, they had about 349,000 views. So they have a pretty good viewership.
Well, and Amazon just bought it for $80 million. The Smartless podcast for $80 million.
Well, that's because of who they have on it.
That's ridiculous.
All those are all insiders, and they have all their special guests are other Hollywood folks. Dana Carvey, Steve Carell, Ben Affleck.
I did not see them ask any questions that were off the chain.
No,
I'll just throw it out there.
Well, and again, all of their guests are all way on the left. So
doubt.
Matthew McConaughey, Tom Holland, Ewan McGregor, etc. David Letterman,
et cetera. Yeah. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Janco Janitorial, 324 West Main in Artesia. They do window cleaning, office cleaning, floor stripping, waxing, commercial cleaning, industrial cleaning, and all field cleaning. And they also have all the supplies that you might need to do all the cleaning. Hey, put them to work today, and their folks are all trained. They're all trained and certified. Hazmat certified, PPE certified, and pathogen certified. If you need cleaning supplies or them to do all the cleaning, call Amber this morning, 575-703-1869, JancoJanitorial.com. for more information. Morning show being brought to you by All American Cleaners, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Roswell, and Artesia. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. Dry clean your clothes, starch them up, keep you looking good. Boob of the day coming up next. Nebraska woman says she's happy to be alive after surviving that EF3 tornado that had collapsed her home on top of her.
My goodness.
She was screaming, I'm down here. I'm fine. And, Marcia, make that Marcia Nelson, ravaged by the tornado, and Elkhorn, which is a suburb of Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
She was buried alive under all the debris.
Gee.
She said one of the scariest moments was when the hot water heater came crashing down and landed right next to her.
Wow.
By the way, if it had landed on top of her, she'd probably be dead. Crazy. Disney casting a male to perform as the evil queen on Snow White. Why would you do that?
Is it at the park or is it on like the video or what, a cartoon or what is it?
It is at the Wilderness Lodge Resort. The viral video. It is owned, the Wilderness Lodge Resort is owned by Disney.
Maybe because it was more of a woman than they could get in the casting for it?
Maybe. Oh, God only knows. Texas suing the Biden administration over Title IX. So we got Oklahoma saying we will not comply. You've got Texas saying we will not comply, and I'm sure many other states will join that lawsuit. Man paid $400 a week in Sweetwater, Texas, to advertise himself on a billboard to find a girlfriend. Lonely man advertising, spending $400 a week, seeking a marriage and somebody to do karaoke with him. Al Gibralti, 70 years old, Sweetwater, Texas. Al, let me just say this much. If you look at somebody do karaoke, I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe Filipina, because they love their karaoke, that's for sure.
Tom will go do
anyway,
karaoke.
So that's what he says. Looking for somebody to do, karaoke with him. Yeah.
I would.
Tom volunteers.
No.
There's a great barbecue place now. By the way, Sweetwater is the home of the largest
so you'll get with him?
rattlesnake roundup.
You'll get with him?
I'll go sing, man.
Yes, Sweetwater is
I don't think he said anything about a intermingling between, I don't know, but whatever floats your boat, bro. Whatever does. No. Southern Indiana woman arrested driving on the wrong side of the interstate. This woman has been lit. I mean, I'm looking at the charges. Holy crap.
Wow.
Laundry list of charges. Crazy. Wrong side of the road. I'm just wondering if there was alcohol involved.
Well, there could be, but some of these new cars that have like the lane, stay in the lane technology, I've heard that sometimes if you put that on and you're not paying attention, that if you're driving somewhere, it might send you to the wrong side of the road, thinking that you're already on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, well, there was alcohol involved. Yeah, she was drunk and fought the officer at the same time. That's not going to work.
No,
that's never going to work.
No,
you're not going to get away with that unless you're on a college campus. Then it will work.
Correct.
All right, let's get to the boob of the day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff. Go get your blood done, your blood work drawn, and let them take the deep dive into what the heck is going on with you. You're not feeling well, your body is talking to you. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, online, on Facebook. Check them out online at thedesertfma.com. I miss you, Desert Functional. I do. I'm telling you. But while you go in there, make sure and tell them you heard about them on Bee on the Breakfast Club. They do testosterone replacement, hormonal optimization, living in pain. They do have the answer for you. Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics, proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
If you have spaghetti phobia, your morning commute could become even more of a minefield. Last week, there was a story about road rage, if you remember, where a woman threw spaghetti at another car, which was being driven by a pregnant woman.
Uh-oh.
Remember that? Now there's this. 46-year-old man in Florida named Nolan Goins got in a road rage incident last Thursday over glaring headlights.
Whoa.
According to a police report, Nolan was so upset he, quote, threw pasta with sauce from the passenger seat of his vehicle, striking another driver through his open window, unquote. The pasta hit the victim in the arms, legs, and torso.
Oh, man.
Now, Nolan also got the spaghetti on himself, and neither man was seriously injured. Nolan was charged with a misdemeanor battery and booked into the county jail. Now, he's not an Italian chef. He's a painting contractor whose rap sheet includes convictions for selling marijuana, obstruction, and battery. And for throwing spaghetti, copycatting, the pregnant woman assault, you are the boob of the day.
Boob of the Day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. Tom, quickly to the text. We got to take a break.
Texas Tower Dog is chiming in. B is interrupted. Blake is cool. Tom is lost. But honestly, for you guys, much love. It's an awesome show. Thanks, Texas Tower Dog.
Thank you.
Yeah. And another text was saying, Ola. That's Christy Light. She's saying Ola, and Ola to you, too.
Hola.
Hola, not Ola. Are you really Mexican? I'm just asking.
I'm texting.
Olo.
No, Texans know how to say hola.
Do they?
Hola.
And I didn't know that, but this text is saying, Tom, the off the chain is a racial slur. Says the text.
Off the chain is not a racial slur.
You're making fun of it now.
You don't even know what off the chain means.
No. Does meat come on a chain? Like beef and stuff?
Tom, it just means that it is
like
good. It's off the chain.
Oh, that means excellent.
Okay. Well, I had excellent.
I mean, you're such a cool cat. You really are.
Well, at least I know what it means now. Jeez.
Do you?
Yeah. Awesome.
Keep going. Hurry.
Okay. And that's it right there, B.
The woman on the film, I didn't hear her mention you were off the chain.
Oh, B.
I'm just saying.
B.
I'm just saying, Tom. I didn't hear.
It depends on where the piercings are. All right, let's take a break.
All right, 8:48. Let's take a break. We're coming back. We're going to give you a chance to qualify for the cash. Good news of the day on the way. News this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. FR jeans, coveralls, gloves. They've got it all. Looking for anything that you might need to work in the patch. Hard hats, safety gear. They've got all of that. Plus, furniture, appliances, and electronics at zero down financing. Talk to them about the section of boots, $99 boots. You will find some great boots for $99. And next door to Rig Outfitters is Scrub Outfitters. They have the largest selection of scrubs, medical scrubs, in 100 miles. Huge selection of compression socks. All the colors you might be looking for, and, of course, all the designs. When it comes to medical scrubs, they have big-name brands like Med Couture's, Peaches, Dickies, Healing Hands, and others. All the equipment you're looking for and more. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, and the Broadmoor Mall. We're coming back. We're going to get you updated with news. 8:49. Be on the Breakfast Club on W105, qualifying you for cash.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Presents the Cash Blowout Contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTV Radio News, I'm Joe Miller. Interstate 40 reopening days after a train derailed and caught fire near the Arizona-New Mexico border. A BNSF train with cars carrying propane and gasoline derailed and caught fire Friday morning, prompting evacuations of nearby residents and a continued shutdown of eastbound I-40 at about 11:45 in the morning, New Mexico side of the Arizona-New Mexico state line. Of the roughly 10 train cars involved, 2 were transporting liquid petroleum, catching fire. The train's crew members not hurt. New Mexico State Police reported the train was transporting those hazardous materials, specifically propane and gasoline. Immediate evacuations were ordered for those within a 2-mile radius of the derailment. Usage fees for some sites within the Cibola National Forest will increase beginning in May. The U.S. Forest Service says rising maintenance costs necessitated the fee increases. Day use fees will increase from $3 to $5. Single-family campsites increasing to $10 per night. Equestrian campsites will increase to $12 per night. Other fees increasing will vary depending on amenities and site capacity. The fee increases go into effect on Monday, May 13th at sites at Mount Taylor and the Sandia Ranger District. Sites at Magdalena and Mountain Air Ranger districts will increase by September 8, as will sites at Rita Blanca National Grasslands. New Mexico ranks the 10th worst state in the nation concerning mental health, according to a study by Universal Drugstore. 19% of teenagers reported experiencing at least one depressive episode of the past year, according to UNM psychiatrist Dr. Christina Sauer, who attributes New Mexico's relatively high levels of poverty and childhood trauma as significant contributors. She says increased social media usage and the usual difficulties of adolescents are also issues. She suggests parents and guardians pay attention to signs of withdrawal, changes in school performance, and alterations in sleep, energy, or eating habits. That's what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
Free books. Bring your family to the Halagüeño Arts Park in Carlsbad on May 11th from 8 a.m. to noon. The Passport to Adventure literacy event will also include free hot dogs, science kits, fun reading, and STEM activities for kids pre-K through 5th grade. Come join the Passport to Adventure, Saturday, May 11th from 8 a.m. to noon. This ad paid for through the City of Carlsbad's lodger's tax.
Spring savings at National Furniture Liquidator. Time to refresh, and we've got the deal. Ashley sofa and love seat, just $7.88 both pieces. A 5-piece pub set, just $2.98. Reclining sofa or love seat, just $4.98 each piece. Or a 5-piece queen bedroom set, just $4.88. Out with the old and in with the new. Plus great financing options regardless of your credit. National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty.
Hello,
I'm Deanne Kimbrough, and I want to be your next Lee County Commissioner, District 1. I'm running for Commissioner to ensure we maintain our conservative values and lifestyle that we currently enjoy here in Lee County. I've been a lifelong Republican, and I will work hard to maintain those values here in Lee County. It's important that you vote in the primaries June 4th, and I'm asking you to vote for Deanne Kimbrough.
Paid for by the committee to elect Deanne Kimbrough, Junior Hernandez, Treasurer.
Thought you said we were gonna do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management. We're out with the old and in with the new. It's time for some.
Oh, yeah.
Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party? I love parties. Well, let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi.
I thought we lived on the Pecos.
Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. It's amazing. Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
You guys ready? Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
And I want to make sure I get the quote exactly right.
You seem particularly triggered right now.
8:56. Good news of the day coming up. Tradio coming up at the bottom of the hour. On Friday, we'll have the extended version. Who will be on the extended version, Tom?
He's not back yet. And
he's not back.
This Friday, we are going to have Steve McCutcheon on the extended
version. There we go. Awesome.
And I got another announcement. We're going to have probably on Monday, we will probably have an extended version with Catherine Brown. She is at the border today with Lee County Sheriff Helton and several other New Mexico representatives. And she's going to come back on Monday and give us a report of what is actually going on at the New Mexico border. So I know it's news for you, Kevin, but Monday we're also going to have a guest.
Awesome. Week 2 of testimony in the Trump trial in New York City. Alvin Bragg trying to flip the script. Many of these constitutional law experts are saying these were misdemeanor cases that actually expired, and then they brought them back up, and that it's not legal to do so. I would venture to guess that if there is a conviction, that it will be appealed and probably overturned.
Probably.
But yeah,
nothing is for sure in this day and age.
No, you're 100% correct. A woman in Annapolis, we talked about her winning $229,000. A new sighting of the Loch Ness Monster has been reported. And people saying the Loch Ness Monster is still out there.
Right on.
If it was in America, it would be very obese by this time. That's for sure. Yes. And broke all at the same time. Obese and broke. Crazy. Taylor Swift, plane stalker, has kept track of all her flights and that she's taken this past year. 170 flights in 2023.
Wow.
She has flown 178,000 miles, which is enough to circle the Earth 7 different times.
Nothing like global warming to get on that private
she's saving
jet.
the environment. Saving the environment.
Burning it up.
Yeah. Hitting British TV next week on Monday and Tuesday. 2-part series on Kevin Spacey. It's called The Spacey Unmasking.
Yeah, but they filmed this before his acquittal. You know, he was found not guilty on all those counts.
Right.
And they filmed all that before. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to say about it.
And Dan Rather returning to CBS.
What a fiasco.
Yeah, I mean, you bring the guy in that you got rid of because he lied about stories.
W.
Yeah,
he lied about stories.
So now we have major news media outlets openly hiring or rehiring proven liars.
Tom,
and we're supposed to trust you?
There is hope.
And did you see that Tulsi Gabbard is telling a lot of Democrats it's time to leave the party because they don't represent you?
Yeah, I did, and I think she's spot on.
Yes.
And I think more Democrats are going to start leaving, and simply because they don't. It doesn't fit. They don't fit. They haven't. They've lost their place in the Democratic Party.
Yes.
And look, probably the fastest growing political party in the last year has been Independent Party.
Right, because it's not a party.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a party, but it's not an official party.
So, Tom, what do you think about the independents?
You flip-flopper, you?
How, Tom?
He's a flip-flopper.
How? Please explain that. So if you have a principle, so you believe in something, and you're a member of an organization that goes against that, you think you should stay in that organization?
I haven't left my party.
You didn't answer my question.
That's
because you don't have a brain to think on your own.
So
Republicans,
win or lose, I'm sticking with my guys.
So regardless of what they stand for, they could come out and say, Tom, we want to kill babies. We want to kill seniors. We want to take away Social Security. And you'd be like, yeah, you go.
I'm sticking with
it's
it.
not.
I'm sticking with it. Well, I mean, the crazy thing is, I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me.
Absolutely.
When you side with the Democrats time and time again and do things that you promised not to do, I didn't leave you. You left me.
What do you think was going to happen with that, really, with Johnson? What do you think was going to happen?
With what?
Let's go before Johnson.
Yeah, it's not about Johnson.
Let's go before Johnson. Time and time again, you have said you're going to do things, and you fall short.
And you keep moving to the left.
No, they won't move to the left.
They did move to the left.
They won't move.
What would
most definitely
JFK would be a Republican today?
I'm talking about our local representative.
Yeah, they moved to the left too.
No, they don't. I hate to debate you on that one, Blake.
Go ahead. I'll bring some facts if you want those.
So
but
why
I know that
why hasn't the Republican Party been able to win in New Mexico, Tom?
Well,
go ahead. I'll wait for it.
Because the people of this state don't go to vote for them. That's why.
And why don't they go to vote for them?
Because they're still stuck on what happened to Trump 4 years ago. They can't get over it. They cheated him out of. So they're responding by
the Republicans
we ain't
in this
going
state,
to vote. We ain't going to vote no more. That's
the
right.
Republicans in this state lost before that.
Still, but this one really
so what you're telling me is that a Trump defeat in 2020 was responsible for the Republicans losing the governor race to Michelle Lujan Grisham 2 years earlier.
Upset. They weren't going to go to vote no more.
2 years prior.
My vote don't count. That's what empathy. That's why the whole thing is about.
They know that in the future Trump is going to do something. So in the past they did something else.
So
is that what you're saying?
Well, and that was Trump's fault too. He wouldn't let go of it.
Did you even listen to what I just said?
I'm just saying.
No, but it's Trump's fault too. I did hear that.
Yeah, he wouldn't let go of it. He wouldn't say, "Hey, we got cheated."
Why would you let
go?
Just
go on, because if you lose, you go on and you fight for another day.
Just get on the train car. Get on the train car now.
You would get on the train car.
You would definitely get on the train car. You would be first, because you would think that if I get there first, I'm going to get a good seat, and they're not going to run out of food for me. You'd be on that train car faster than fast.
That's not the way to look at it.
So what happened before that?
Yeah.
What happened before that, Tom?
But the whole deal is
No.
We got.
Don't go off on a tangent. This is a question
we gotta
to
go
you.
Off of it, guys.
No. Why were they losing before that?
The elections?
Yes.
They didn't go vote.
But you said
I'm
the
not
reason.
buying into that.
Yeah.
It's all up to us, guys. If we're registered voters, it's your civil duty to go vote in this country.
I agree. I don't care what your party is.
Go do it.
You should go vote.
By the way, Tom, I will be voting. I will be voting. You might not like my vote, because I'm not a registered Republican anymore, but I do have a brain that works on my own. And I will pick the best candidate. And most of the time, that's going to be Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, that's going to be Republicans.
I agree.
But I am never going to let somebody tell me that they are going to vote another way, and then they don't, and you expect them not to be held accountable. What Johnson did is wrong.
Right.
What Kevin McCarthy did is wrong.
Correct.
We keep putting the burden of paying our bills on the backs of our kids. We keep feeding foreigners. We keep funding other countries on the backs of our kids and grandkids. And I'm not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to be a part of it.
No,
I'm not going to side with people that lie to my face.
And they do over and over again. The Republicans have sided with the far left, and they accept everything the far left does and says.
I don't think so. You're wrong. You're
All right.
dead
Well,
wrong.
the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
Go
the
look
proof
at
is in the
voting
pudding,
record.
Tom.
Yeah, go look at the voting record. Chicago man robs Louis Vuitton, $210,000.
So he
the
got
dude was on parole for robbing Prada.
Wait a minute. $210,000. So he stole 2 purses?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
He could have bought them at that auction.
I showed my wife this story, and she was like, I am so envious. New Mexico legislature taking applications for internship. Tom, I think this would be a great position for you. It's paying $17 an hour to be an intern.
In the legislature. You would learn a lot.
And we'll get rid of you for 60 days.
You would learn a lot.
I think it's a win. I think this is a win-win.
No, but that cuts into my Social Security, man. I don't need it.
No, it doesn't.
I can only make so much, guys.
Yeah. Well, if you're making it there instead of here for 60 days, it's the same. It's a wash.
And wait, you're missing the damn point. We get rid of you for 60 days.
And you would learn a lot.
That don't you understand?
And you would learn a lot.
Yeah, well, you got to get an apartment. I got to get a place to live over there, eat. And
you got a truck. You live in it anyway.
Yeah, you fall asleep all the time in the truck. Don't worry about it.
I'll give you that one, buddy.
Hell, don't even worry about that. I mean, I'm sure you can mooch off some of the legislators from southeast New Mexico.
I couldn't move my bus.
I think it'd be perfect. 2 suspects caught yesterday street racing and make that on Sunday night in the streets of Roswell. Emily Munoz Correal, 20 years old, was arrested, and a 16-year-old man. By the way, they were both taken into custody at the Javis County Detention Center. O.J. Simpson's Bank of America credit card selling for $10,000 on an auction.
Wait, what's the limit
Why
on
would
it?
you want to own O.J. Simpson's Bank of America credit
think of
card?
what you could charge and never have to pay for.
Right.
There's 63 bidders that are trying to get their hands on this. Sanctuary City, Chicago, police made more than 1,000 arrests of Venezuelan migrants.
Yeah.
So far this year. 1,000
so far.
arrests.
Now remember,
So
we're just getting ready to start May.
I want you to think about this. How many people from Venezuela are in Chicago? I bet the numbers are like no more than 2,000. And they arrest 1,000 people from Venezuela?
Remember, Venezuela emptied their insane asylums and prisons.
And prisons.
And sent them
And you
here.
know where a lot of these people are sleeping?
Chicago.
O'Hare Airport in Chicago. They're sleeping. Every major airport has migrants sleeping in the airport. That's where our government is. And since when is it our duty to house individuals?
It's not.
Since when is our duty to feed these individuals?
It's not.
I remember when my friend Pepin came over here, the government gave him nothing. except a kick in the butt and said, we're coming for you again.
Right.
Well, we wouldn't have had the Great Depression then, would we?
No.
If we still would have, but if we were feeding and housing all those people here in the U.S. during the Depression,
Thank you.
You wouldn't have had those problems.
No doubt. 46-year-old Florida man arrested for road rage. Did you do the story about the tomato sauce and the
Yes,
pasta?
That's the one I just did as my boob.
What the hell's the matter with?
It sounds so much like a couple of other stories. This is like a trend.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's a trend.
Nuts. And a community college teacher in Tennessee fired because OnlyFans. OnlyFans. She had a side grind.
Look, it's a community college. Come on now.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't call it a side grind. A side hustle. Sorry for using the word grind. Most of the time that would fit. It might not fit in this story.
Give her a break.
So anyway, she's fired as a teacher.
Well, she's still teaching. Just
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
at the
she's on
community college.
OnlyFans. Yeah. By the way, she says she's not encouraging others to follow in her footsteps. But, I mean, there are lots of talent at community colleges. I'll just say that. And Hunter Biden says he could be suing Fox News.
Guys,
please.
Oh, please. Sue them. How much money did Fox News have to pay out for Dominion software? It was $800 million.
Something like
Smartcaster sued them for $2.7 billion. I don't know if there's any money left in the tank, guys.
No, I want Hunter to sue Fox News because then Fox lawyers can put him on the stand.
That's right.
Right.
And ask him questions.
Ask him a bunch of questions.
Yeah, because
No
if
doubt.
they're gonna sue over these photos, they're gonna say, well, those were in relation to this other thing, so let us ask you questions about this.
You don't want.
And by the way, you left your laptop with the photos at a repair shop.
And speaking of the laptop, that ties you back to Burisma. So let's talk about your dad's business dealings.
And, you know, when you leave something at a pawn shop or at a repair shop, after a certain amount of days, it becomes their possession.
Yes, it does.
So they can share whatever they want that was yours because it's not your possession anymore. It's their possession. True story.
Yep.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, they've got them all. Trade in today at Zia Guns. You'll find the gun you're looking for. If they don't have it, let them know. They will get it for you. Get your bow tuned up. Hunting season's coming. Get you a brand new rig. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. And if you've been thinking about personal protection, they've got you covered there. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. We're going to take a break. Tom, quickly to the text.
I'm kind of thinking that B is just a confused old man, says this particular text. And Tom accuses the independents of flip-flopping, but he goes whichever way the wind blows, which is the whirlwind, which is how he speaks, says Digger Bill this morning. Okay. And you're an absolute Democrat, Tom, eh? Says another texter. Boy. Telling you. And I want to hear the debate between Tom and Blake, says this other texter.
We should record one.
We ought to.
What facts are you talking about? I've got my own made-up facts.
Right. And there ain't nothing wrong with a community college, this one text was saying.
No, there's
Blake.
not. That's not what I meant. I meant she's a community college professor, so she doesn't make a lot of money. Give her a break.
Right. I'm a product of community college.
And by the way, when I find people that are talking about finding somebody on OnlyFans.
Yeah, who's finding them?
Who found them? And what are you doing on that site, Mr. High and Mighty?
And why did they still have their job if they make someone else get fired?
Yeah. Big question. Crazy. Here. All right, Tom, one more.
All right. Now, what does snarkiness mean?
I don't know. I'm still
Blake?
trying to figure off the chain, right, Tom?
They're accusing Blake of being snarkiness. What's a snarkiness?
Snarky.
Was I being snarky?
Yeah, love the show, but come on, Blake. The snarkiness is really unbecoming, whatever that means. I never heard no snarky before. Sharky.
Wait, you have a college degree?
I never heard that word before.
Kevin, was I being snarky?
I didn't hear you being snarky. Of course, I'm the snarkiest.
Yes, you're the snarkiest.
It probably had something to do with Tom trying to get him back on facts.
All right, 9:15, we're going to take a break, come right back. Good news on the other side. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Butcher Block Meat Market and Grill. Serving up breakfast right now. If you haven't had breakfast yet, get the burrito, or maybe you can get one of the platters, the biscuits and eggs, or the platter with bacon and eggs and hash brown and toast. Yeah, fair pricing. They offer fair pricing, lots of food. And if you miss them for breakfast, get in there for lunch. They have daily lunch specials. And when you go in there today, make sure and pick up some of the best beef jerky you have ever had. Beef jerky, smoked meat, and more. Butcher Block, 575-739-1778. You can also follow them on Facebook or stop by 1422 South Main in Lovington. Taking a break, coming back, be on the Breakfast Club, qualifying you for the cash. We'll check out news 916 W105.
Call now. Thank you for calling.
Blowout contest on W105. This is the Cash Blowout Contest on W105.
Call now. Call now. Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Donald Trump's criminal trial judge Juan Bershon fines Mr. Trump $9,000 for violating the gag order 9 times. The judge also rules Mr. Trump can go to his son Barron's high school graduation May 17th. Before court, Mr. Trump criticized President Biden for his silence on college campus protests.
The Biden protests that are going on are horrible. It's all caused by him.
Columbia University, protesters seize a campus building hanging an Intifada banner.
They're putting the interests of the protesters over the interests and the rights of all the other students.
Jonas Du, a student at Columbia, not taking part in the protests earlier on Fox and Friends. The White House said forcible takeover of buildings is wrong while condemning hate speech. There have been arrests today at protests taking place at Yale and at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. America's listening to Fox News.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas, or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured, whatever they print it on, your logo will look awesome.
This is Senator Stephen McCutcheon. Our way of life is under attack every day by the radical progressives in Santa Fe. Politicians like to talk, but I'm fighting for our community day in and day out to defend the values we hold dear. As a rancher, oil and gas contractor, and conservative fighter, I'm defending our way of life. I fought to secure the border, increased penalties for drug cartels, stood up to the woke left in Santa Fe trying to take our guns away, but I'll never let them. That's why I'm proud to be the only candidate in the campaign for Senate District 42 endorsed by the National Rifle Association, because I'll always fight for our God-given rights. And my very first act as your senator was to impeach Michelle Lujan Grisham. My values are deeply rooted in our community. As a father of 4, I'm fighting to make New Mexico better for the next generation. I'd be honored to have your vote in the Republican June 4th primary. Paid for by Stephen McCutcheon for Senate.
When Governor Lujan Grisham attacked the Second Amendment, only one Republican in this election wouldn't immediately support impeaching her: Governor Lovin's Steve McCutcheon.
Lujan Grisham's hand-picked senator. She punched his ticket to Santa Fe. Then McCutcheon was undecided on her unlawful gun grab. The real conservative? Larry Scott. Larry Scott stands up to the governor, an engineer in the oil and gas industry. He protects our way of life. Conservative Larry Scott for Senate, paid for by Our Values PAC.
If you are using propane or electricity to heat your home and cook your meals, you are paying too much. Contact Zia Natural Gas Company and let them hook you up. In most cases, Zia Natural Gas Company will run the gas line up to your home and set your meter free of charge when you agree to convert your primary heat source to natural gas. Stop paying too much. Visit online at zngc.com and fill out your application today. Zia Natural Gas Company, proudly serving New Mexico for over 30 years.
Come out Friday, May 3rd and Saturday, May 4th as the Smokey Bears Hometown Association, Smokey Bear Historical Park, and the Village of Capitan celebrate Smokey Bear's 80th birthday. Smokey Bear Days is a 2-day fun-filled event celebrating Capitan's bear that changed history. This event will have food trucks, vendors, a Rudy Wendland art exhibit, educational events, a climbing wall, drama class play, folk music festival, rock painting, bike rodeo, silent auction, and a parade down Smokey Bear Boulevard. They'll also have a tractor show and kids tractor race, Mescalero Family Time dancers, a cornhole tournament, and a firefighter challenge. Following the parade on May the 4th, there'll be a birthday cake celebration in honor of Smokey Bear. For more information, find them on the web at www.smokeybeardaycapitannm.com or call 575-631-6964. This ad is paid for by the Village of Capitan Lodgers Tax.
I thought you said we were gonna do something fun.
This is fun.
Pizza and Netflix? Are you kidding me?
It's a good movie.
I'm done with you.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Life gets boring, doesn't it? Well, it's party time at Cal's Cactus Lanes, now under new management.
We're out with the old and in with the new.
It's time for some.
Oh, yeah.
Come check out the new and improved party place and bring the family for some cosmic bowling fun every Friday and Saturday. You want to throw a party?
I love parties.
Well, let the good times roll at Cal's Cactus Lanes. And when you're done rolling strikes, visit Cal's Shade Western for the best drinks this side of the Mississippi.
I thought we lived on the Pecos.
Cal's Cactus Lanes, now newly remodeled and under new management. You can even book your parties there. Call 575-887-1933 or go by 1611 South Canal Street in Carlsbad.
It's amazing.
Cal's Cactus Lanes is an equal opportunity employer. Apply within.
Every morning.
Good morning.
The best, baby.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
A lot of you are tired. I get it.
877-396-W105. Good news of the day on the way. Morning show being brought to you by David Trujillo. He's running as a Republican for County Commissioner District 1, and he needs your vote. Find out more information on Facebook. He is a Desert Storm Army veteran, 15 years of service. Nowadays working out in the patch as a safety supervisor. Has been in the patch for 17 years working with the folks in the Permian Basin. And has served Lovington for 20 years as a city commissioner, mayor, or mayor pro tem, has been on many of nonprofit boards, and has worked with our youth as a coach and more, and wants to keep working for Lee County as a county commissioner in District 1. Needs your vote. More information, go to Facebook and find David Trujillo. David Trujillo, running for District 1, Lee County County Commissioner. Message paid for by David Trujillo. 9:23, Tom on the text. We'll talk about Jim Biden up next.
So the lack of kindness, this text is saying, and hatred in this country is the problem now. That's what the Democrats are spreading. We don't need no more snide comments on hatred towards other people. If you want to make things better, some kindness and the love for Jesus Christ, too, says the text. Okay.
What's that about?
I have no idea. You know, Tom may have a college degree, but boy, he may be book smart, but he ain't straight smart.
I'm just saying I don't know if he's book smart.
Says the texter. I don't read no more books. Who needs no more books?
I mean, who needs books?
Yeah, who needs a stinking book? Another texter.
I mean, history doesn't come back.
All right.
Nah.
Come on, everybody. Need first things first. Like I like to hear Tom argue with Thomas. Who's Thomas?
Well, you.
Oh. Is that me?
Tom arguing with himself. I mean, if you wait a couple minutes, he will circle back and argue with himself.
That's why. Awesome. That's why we should record a debate, because the questions I would just ask is I would ask a question and then let Tom argue both sides.
Yeah, let him argue with himself. Yeah.
And one more, guys. I wish Michelle Lujan Grisham had to travel the road from Lovington to Artesia every single day, and she might fix it. I know she wouldn't. And there you go.
She hates us in Southeast New Mexico.
Yeah. Jim Biden, that's Joe Biden's brother.
Right.
Was in business with Qatar officials.
Sure was.
According to testimony that came out yesterday. Now, what country is holding the $6 billion for the Iranians?
Qatar.
Oh, I'm just trying to make sure you put the puzzle together. Yeah, I'm just making sure.
And who wants to do all the negotiations?
Oh, that would be Qatar.
Right.
Oh, okay. Rio Rancho man sentenced for a robbery, robbed a woman at gunpoint in 2022. And the man forced her to empty her bank account for leading deputies on a chase in Albuquerque. New Year's Day, 2022. Sentenced to 5 years in prison. You want to know why the criminals are running the asylum? Legislators, governor, you want to know? No accountability. You put a gun to somebody's head, and you get 5 years in jail.
That.
5 years. 80%, brand new poll says, 80% says students and professors that are calling upon violence toward Jews should be suspended. 80% of America. 80%.
At the very least.
Yes. And under the Biden administration, you better just kind of study up on the pronouns. Employers must honor preferred pronouns and bathroom policies if anybody is identifying as transgenders.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. The Republicans go along with that. They're moving to the left.
Yeah. Biden administration has rolled out a set of new guidelines under which an employer would be deemed liable for harassment if they do not use the right pronouns. And don't allow the person identifying as whatever it is to go to the bathroom in their chosen bathroom. We should not allow Joe Biden to roll out new guidelines.
No.
Has this gone through Congress? No. Just like the Supreme Court's ruling against Joe Biden's paying off student debt. But Republicans just bow down and bend over. Sorry to disappoint you, Tom.
And you wonder how, because people always go, well, how did Nero fiddle while Rome burned? You're watching the exact same thing right now.
We just bend over. We bend over and take it. Yep. All right, good news. Let's get to good news being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes. Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Check them out today. Right across the street from Bob's in Lovington. It's Herschel Rustin Hayes. Good news of the day.
So a second grade teacher from California recently went to Syria and completed her goal of visiting every country on earth.
Really?
Now, that's all 193 recognized by the UN. And only around 400 people have done it, as they've kept track. Now, just to put that in perspective, around 600 people have been to space. So 400 having visited every country on Earth is more rare than the number of people who have been to space. And the world's oldest known bird in the wild is back to hooking up again.
Uh-oh.
An albatross named Wisdom, estimated to be 72 years old. The bird she had been shacking up with hasn't been seen in a few years, but she's obviously moved on. She was just spotted hanging out with a hot young stud on an island in the North Pacific. Yeah, you go. And in other animal news, a woman in Connecticut was filming a mama bear crossing a bridge when its cub fell off and into a river.
Oh, no.
But the mama bear ran down, jumped in, and pulled it out. Then the cub fell back into the water, and she saved it a second time. And there is a video of that. You can go find it online, and it's pretty cute, watching mama bear keep pulling the baby bear out as it makes a mistake. And those are your good news stories of the day.
You know why it kept falling into the water? It was identifying as a fish. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. All right, Tom, anything before we go? We're late.
Yeah, one more text, B. You know, we're leaving the Republican Party because they're siding with the Democrats for the greed of money.
Yep.
Says the text, B. We're done.
And by the way, when I talk bad about the Republicans, it hurts me.
It does.
It does. I've been a Republican the great majority of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cave.
Right.
Republicans
stand
by your values.
Yes. That's what we want.
That's what we demand. Do it. Don't cave. God bless you. All right, 9:30. Let's check in, find out what's going on with news. We're coming right back. Radio up next. News being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. 575-631-1999. Air conditioning, heating, they could accommodate that. Now, this time of the year, probably the air conditioning that we go to, folks that we count on at Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. By the way, they'll be your go-to company for sure. Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. Call Enrique today. 631-1999, 631-1999. We'll see you tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of B and the Breakfast Club. We're W105. Standby Radio up next.
News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Getting the job done right every time.